hill that North Americans should die on right now. Like we need to say
it's not really a hill. It's more of like flat.
It's like a mound.
Like an ant.
Yeah, it's really an anthill, but you're a
A hill for ants.
Yeah, that's what we got.
Everything comes back to Zoolander at the end of the day. Oh, it's perfect.
Well, I think ParaVision, they're about to hit their best blue steel. I think this should be a model performance coming into this game today. Jason,
Sure.
finally going to get a win in Mirage. Finally going to get a win on Dust2. Thank you very much to our wonderful desk. And let's get into this one. Do you reckon Sam's mum would be a good analyst?
She wouldn't be a Wildcard fan. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I wonder if she'd be a Dust fan. All right. We got Belchinok going all the way down the ramp. It's going to be Dual Berettas finding success on peeping. MHL able to respond. And it's now 4v4 with Nota going to be the next player taking contact. You can see him just jiggling on his feet, ready for the next fight. Rek is going to come in and destroyed by Nota's USP. But not bad trading here from Wildcard by any means.
Not bad at all so far in the pistol. Although this is a nice position up over the top. Need that fight. Got the headshot. Planter is protected inside the bomb site. Low HP on Jame, and he connects it regardless. But now he's got to wait for his teammate to get involved over the top. And that's the pistol resolved and decided in the favor of ParaVision. They're out 1-0. Nice
bomb
pistol
plant
run.
comes in.
Good retake. Yeah, I mean, a great bomb plant.
I mean, because you're good force buy, good chance here for Wildcard to try and respond to ParaVision. I mean, Prof has a point.
What's that?
Why do we have to watch the same maps every single game with ParaVision?
I mean, why not? What do you want him to do? Switch up maps, you know?
Yeah, for entertainment.
Okay.
Please.
Well, we'll talk with Jame after this. He's down the hall.
Hey, Jame.
We'll go pull him aside.
Hey, Jame.
Hey, maybe in the playoffs,
Hey,
maybe
buddy.
bring in like an Anubis or something.
Would you like to, yeah, throw in a little different map at some point? I mean, I love the orange maps, but, you know, not every time.
Well, look, they haven't looked particularly good on him, so you might as well get the practice. Because that's, you know, if I think back to day one, that was one of the things we said was like, especially with a map like Mirage, was something that ParaVision probably wanted to get a little bit stronger in their map pool. Because for them, already qualified to the major, didn't have to go through the rat race of VRS points towards the end. It's about, this time now is about kind of setting yourself up to have the most success once we get into Cologne. And the best thing ParaVision can do right now is deepen that map pool. So you can go wider in different series, you can contend with teams and different options, and maybe when they get to the major, they feel confident to maybe surprise somebody with something. Khalil on Mimana, and half HP. They're going to push on through. Good kill. That's Jello coming off catwalk. Oh, another one. This one from Rek. Entries provided for Wildcard. The A bomb site is actually wide open.
Well, we got Jame turning back to deal with the jungle threat. Not sure that the 3v4 feels all that comfortable right now for ParaVision, because that bomb gets planted and no real pathway back into it just yet. Now Jame can go out ahead, and there we go. That's the pathway back in. Nemanja and Rek both taken down. Zwei's MP7 enters the kill feed. Now they can get on the defuse. It's a tough situation here for Hack sitting at Tetris.
There's no kit, I'll say that for him, but yeah, 3 different targets, 3 different locations. Jame with 7 HP, even being a distraction, and then tucking into Cubby. 2-0 for ParaVision. A 3 versus 5 recovery.
Yeah, I mean, that looked really easy for ParaVision on the retake. And that was a really good scenario for Wildcard. They were in a really strong spot. And
I think they had too much emphasis on keeping Jame pinned down instead of getting into better positions, right? Like Rek was hanging out at like top con, like right by jungle with the FAMAS for some time, waiting for the fight. You don't necessarily even need to swing on him there. And then once you do, I mean, the fact that he's able to get a triple is just, it's too much. It's too much for one player to be able to get in that kind of a scenario. So Wildcard, yeah, putting themselves in a good position, dropping the ball. They're going to go for a 3rd round force buy after the 2nd round buy with the kills in the plant. So back into this with 3 Galils, a Mac 10, and a Tech 9.
Nemanja going to come out first. He's going to die first too. Rek to respond. So 4v4. At least Wildcard consistently able to get Galil's Tech 9s out and put up a fight. But they're going to be coming in towards the A bomb side. Belchinok, well, that's an easy kill. Peeping, not looking at him. No peeping. As Belchinok gets a 2nd kill as well, it's taking away everything that you would want if you're Wildcard. You have no threat left in this round whatsoever.
Yeah, not at all. And I mean, this force by no legs to it, no real strength in the weaponry as well with the 3 Galils and a Mac 10 and a Tech 9. So just going to fall by the wayside. And as long as 4 players stay alive for the ParaVision side of things, and I mean, you could see that's the philosophy they want to operate with. All 4 players have just kind of grouped up, 2 in CT, 2 underneath the balcony. They have the bomb down here as well. It's just a very powerful setup to make sure they don't lose anyone else in this victory.
This wildcard team is very weird. You know, you have MHL, who I feel like forever has just been talked about, like, oh, he's going to be the next Polish Opera. He's had a lot of chances, never really made anything of them. I mean, not massive chances. To be honest, I think his best opportunity was the fact he was a Falcons player for a little bit.
Sure.
But, you know, he never really took off inside of those teams and was like an obvious carry when he took this step up from like tier 3 to tier 2. He found himself a team here, and I think that's what the American organizations have been doing. This is going out and finding those operas that were not really making it in the top European teams. I think Wildcard obviously did it with FaZe, who has gone on to be a good opera, and then Slacks for Amedi. So I think this is just kind of the business model. It's like, we don't really have great operas in America.
Look,
so let's go and try and find some that the European teams don't necessarily want at the moment.
Yeah, operas and IGLs are the glaring weaknesses in the region, but I mean, just across the board, we don't really have many great players emerging at the moment. And whether that's due to individuals or whether that's due to teams not being good enough to allow individuals to thrive, you can make whatever argument you want. But I mean, it's why it's like the interesting, like, it's why the meta conversation around the NA scene is so weird to me, because like everyone wants to kind of like do the whole thing of like, Liquid's not the NA team. I can't believe they've come back into the region. M80, like all the teams have European players on them. Like, you just need to, if you're an American organization, you need the firepower and the game intelligence of European players. Every NA team requires it.
I mean, it'll be good for the NA. Like, it sucks to not have a full NA team across the board.
Yes,
but
it does.
It's better for North American Counter-Strike long term that you bring that philosophy over. But
that
here
smoke
we go.
missed. It hit the pillar, and it is now on the roof.
Would you call that an NA nade, though, Jason?
I think you'd have to call that an NA nade.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Noda going to be taking Wreck out of this round, and Wildcard actually in the site. So they've been given space, which does allow them a bomb plant. Obviously not going to allow that bomb to go off, though, as PVISION begin their retake offense, and we'll see Shello and Nota come in and clean up those kills. It'll be a 4-0 comfortable start here for PVISION. They've got a lot of money building on a few individuals.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, it's a classic high percentage play from PVISION. Is just let them have the bomb plant. Don't peek. Who cares if they get it down? They're buying with the losing bonus next round no matter what. The extra bonus money isn't going to matter a whole lot, so just don't lose the weapon. Don't do something silly that might lose the round by taking a peek and getting 1-degged or something. Strong lead for PVISION. We've got an early timeout for Wildcard, as they take it and have a little conversation starting out in a hole. And I mean, like, even in even in these first 4 rounds, it seems so strong for PVISION. Just already so quickly, it feels like they've just grabbed complete hold. First Tier 1 event of the year for Wildcard. They attended Fragadelphia, Miami. 5th to 8th there. Urban Riga opened. 5th to 8th there. Radio Popular Roman Imperium Cup 7. 9th to 12th there.
And you're right. We need like 45 minutes for the trophy left moment.
Yeah, that would be good.
Radio.
Yeah, play-by-play commentators love it.
Roman champion.
Yeah, you can really hit it hard, can't you?
And you just out of breath, follow keel over at the end of it.
For PVISION, obviously, they won Blast Bounty to start the year. 2nd at Cluj-Napoca earlier this year. 3rd, 4th at Rotterdam just recently. Steve has just been climbing the ranks, so completely different resumes and completely different statures here in this matchup. And it is elimination for the loser, playoffs for the winner.
There's a good kill from Wreck. Opening frag. Here come Wildcard. Okay. Eat that, Prof. Peeping. Look at that. Double kill. He's come through and smashed them on the A-bomb site. And that's opened up exactly what Wildcard need. A convincing round victory towards the A side.
Very convincing. A little bit of a miscommunication between Jame and his teammate inside the bomb site. I think Jame kind of averts his gaze to watch towards ramp with the AWP, but that leaves Palace wide open. So I think there was a kind of a miscommunication in how that was being tracked or who was shifting over. And that just leads to a complete collapse at the A bomb site. There's plenty of money on the PVISION side to rebuy, but that's a nice, powerful hit from Wildcard. 5 players alive. You get some money back up, and now you see if Wildcard out of this timeout can work with this, can mold this into some kind of a streak.
Terrorists win.
So finally some success at
That's me after day 3, you know?
a classy man, huh? Day 3?
You know.
What a gentleman.
Sometimes, you know.
PVISION up 4-1. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. I'm going to drink some water to make sure the words are coming out completely from now on.
Lubricated, yes.
Yep.
Let's get into what hopefully is the starting point for Wildcard and the level of competitiveness here. I mean, it'd be great to see AWP for MHL start to show some impact, and I mean, simple, direct hits are what I think is going to be most effective for Wildcard today. And they had a direct hit towards the A bomb site. Last round, give it a go on B. Jump out, Rek just charging in. He was the player to get the opening kill last time, and he's got it again. So Rek, the wrecking ball, has finally been put to an end. His way only gets the 1 kill off the back of the bench.
All right, here we go. MHL with the off. Picked off. Nicely done. Okay, shock and all right now for Wildcard. Really, really well done. Back-to-back rounds breaking into the bomb sites, eliminating everyone, and 4 players surviving this time. All right, so the Wildcard offense starts clicking out of its... See what timeouts can do for you? Throwback to the previous series.
Yeah, that, you know, legacy. I'm sure they'll add some timeouts into the repertoire a little bit later on. But,
Damn. All right, well, let's see what happens now. You're going to put the money situation of PVISION in an awkward place. There's still enough to buy in the next round, but it's going to be depleted after that. So Wildcard, they're knocking on the door of taking some semblance of control and momentum here on this opening map of the series. I've had this conversation this whole week of PVISION, like I just kind of rattled off all their accomplishments and how well they do when they play against the best teams in the world and sometimes playing down to their opposition as well. And that kind of led itself into some of the losses they took earlier in this event. If you get eliminated playing down to Wildcard, that's kind of scary. That's the exact opposite of what you want turning this corner into the major, right? Like you're hoping that you're building up confidence and momentum going into the biggest event of the season.
yeah, you don't want to, even if you win this game, you don't want it to get close, right?
Like
you want to show the difference between you and a team like Wildcard.
Yeah, and it might not, you know, it wouldn't like change any like grand vision of PVISION, but it would just kind of be that red flag on the resume. Where you're like, yeah, but remember that one time? Remember that one event?
Your floor is pretty low.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, low floor, high ceiling.
Hard to keep those warm. Well, let's see. PVISION. Take a look at what they've got here. It's a good buy. Got everything you want. Absolutely everything, including the AWP for James. But gotta say, Rek's opening prowess has been fantastic to see. We'll see if he can keep that up. The thing about Wildcard, the 2 rounds they found success in, one quick direct hit towards the A bomb site and then one towards B. I mean, you can't really keep that up the whole game, so we're gonna have to see them find some success from a default position, and they are into a default start now.
He's away at the B bomb site waiting, getting some pressure applied with utility. PGL is ready to turn on Catwalk and support, but for the moment, eyes on Khan. Bomb for Wildcard has shifted over into the B halls. 4 players are going to be here. It does look like this is going to be the final move of the attack, the ending position at this B bomb site straight through the halls. This position in window's been spotted. Now harass. Utility coming out at the B bomb site. Utility dump from the CT side as well.
Noda, Swipe. 2 kills between them. Peeping has come forward with a headshot on Swipe's yellow. Good work as Peeping goes again. It's now Nota, James, and Belchanok who are standing with the advantage, but not the site. So that plant will be coming through. You're going to wait for that apartments player to get in a better position around the back.
Yeah, buying time for James to shift over towards short with the AWP as well. So actually not a whole lot of comfort for these Wildcard players in the post plant. Certainly not for MHL. Behind the bench with the AWP, and it's the only place he can play.
MHL waiting. He's going to look up towards the apartments. There's a missed shot. MHL under a lot of pressure now. Eventually getting one of those shots off and running him down is Belchanok. He'll get to that defusal. He'll switch out to the AK-47 as well, and PVISION back to a win.
Tell you what, I feel like he almost actually won that. He gets that shot on Belchanok at the end. James way far back at the corner of short, and he might not even want to go for the 1v1 with an AWP in that scenario. So 5-2. AWP is recovered for the CT side and passed over. PVISION back to the winning ways. The Wildcard run is stopped at just 2 rounds. Just get bottlenecked by the Molotov in the B tunnels. just bottlenecked to the perfect angle to grab a double kill and take the sting out of this attack before they can even progress out of the halls. It's a 3 versus 5. Not a bad job cracking in, but needed all those players to actually secure the win. So we go into a default now, mid control for Wildcard. 1-3-1 setup. Hex watching for the A push. Rek keeping his eyes on a B aggression. Pre-smoke in towards window, and now they might be able to scale up short. Bomb is dropped way far back at the top of mid behind the boxes. Good information for James. Spotted 2. Saw the legs of the op on catwalk, saw peeping, spamming, and con. So at least able to relay that information. And we have a quiet time in the round as Wildcard readjusts through T-spawn back towards Palace. It'll be MHL's op at ramp, in tandem with Rek with an AK. Hex to lurk the Palace. Keeping to come from Con.
Well, eventually it's Nota who has dropped peeping. And now Belchnok under a lot of pressure, but Rek, once you commit to that, you're going to be exposed somewhere else. And then Nota's able to get the follow-ups, and it's just a bit too easy here for ParaVision.
I think they just mismanaged their utility. I mean, they used all their nades over in middle, that when they actually wanted to scale and progress and attack the bomb site, there's no smokes to block off Jame, there's no smokes to block off jungle. Nota's able to peek and trade with impunity, and you just have no way to progress with all those various lines of sight taken by the ParaVision defenders. Just running out of gas at the end of that tactic for Wildcard. Still with money though, and still a chance for another buy. Losing bonus is obviously it's maxed out now. Op in the hands of MHL. Otherwise AK-47s. We head into round 9.
Smoke breaks open. Jane goes for a peek. Here comes Nemanja. He's going to be making his way up through short. Not exactly accurate and farmed away. ParaVision taking the 2 openers and no responses. And as soon as they get those 2 kills, they just disappear behind Shroud of Smoke. We got Hexed at least getting 1 kill back here, but still an extra frag required to even out the numbers. And the bomb, it's so isolated. It's at the top mid boxes.
Well, look at the push in through B halls as well. That's going to be Yellow coming up at 13 HP. So if MHL decides to fall back, they're in trouble. And actually, he might be able to pick one off right now. Okay. Oh, the jump. I think maybe the bullets like scared him a little bit. So now a 3-on-3 turns into a weird round. There's time on the clock too. 50 seconds for Wildcard to play with, and that kill allows Wildcard to stretch the map, forces ParaVision to reconsider the B bomb site. So for the moment, Belchnok is alone. Tell you what, being the only defender at the A bomb site just sucks. You got to worry about a window boost. You got to worry about Con. You got to worry about ramp and Palace. Jame is coming over, but I don't think it's going to be in time to alleviate any of that responsibility from Belchnok's shoulders.
Yeah, time really ticking down now. Oh my goodness, that is one hell of a shot from Rek. Oh, he's got one more. And you can see Belchnok sit back in his chair and go, okay, that was not expecting that. Rek is on a heater.
Okay, sick call back to the bomb site. Sick call back to A. ParaVision, they take a long time to shift back out on the bomb site, but the big one is that kill on a Jame. He did arrive in time to at least take Palace off the shoulders of Belchnok, but boy, does he get deleted. Didn't expect that whatsoever. And a save call for Zwei. So a 3rd round for Wildcard. But they still haven't gotten to the point like where the economic break is there for them. This next round kind of is going to be it. There's going to be enough money built up in ParaVision, but Wildcard's never had that ability to just like take the economy away, force them onto pistols, and then roll with that momentum during that stretch of rounds.
really important kill from Hex.
It's a
5v3 from that point.
I was going to say a 3 versus 5 recovery for Wildcard. We saw PVISION recover a 3 versus 5 earlier, and that felt like a taste of things to come, and then Wildcard's done it right back. That'd be really cool to see if this builds into something that makes us feel like Wildcard can actually win this map, because we're not there yet, despite some good rounds out of them. Jump up bomb towards short. Bomb dropped over towards the A bomb site. 3 attackers here for Wildcard. And they've done a good job finding at least the opening kills at the A bomb site.
I think the difficulty is that you immediately have to deal with a buy coming up against you even after a round win, so the pressure just keeps piling on. But if you win this round, you do get that break, and maybe that's where we start seeing Wildcard really develop themselves into the map. They're going to be going for an A hit.
Yeah, they have the perfect call. I mean, really, when you think about it, all of Wildcard's success have come from just grouped up and attacking the extremities. These rounds where they spread out in the default, try and take mid control, try and get up through con, haven't really been very successful. The B hits, the A hits, that's been exactly where Wildcard gets points on the board. Belshnak clears A ramp deep. Nobody was home. James still shifts over. There's utility for middle. It takes James' attention away, and that might be the perfect timing to create. That smoke can't keep doing this.
Oh, Hex. Belchnock, how many times is this going to happen to you? Just getting cleared out. Diving down under the wood. Belchnock gone. Opening kill now, but the bomb.
Wait, Peeping has the bomb.
Getting that ball back there. Oh, Peeping. That is a disastrous decision. Kills come in here for PVISION, and 25 seconds left. No bomb plant. This has just gone the wrong way. No to sharpshooting, and Wildcard had a shot at this, but just a complete confusing situation inside of the site. He's like, why is the bomb not going down?
Yeah, he's gonna feel bad about that one. Calling out my bad to the team, just trying to aggress a little too much. He was called back, but just gave the opportunity, gave PVISION the confidence and the realization that they actually had the advantage if they kind of peeked in, that things were getting disorganized on the other side of it. We saw this earlier. I pointed this out earlier. That kind of like the miscomm or the disconnect of guarding Palace in these A hits, of whose responsibility it falls to. James over in jungle that round. When James in CT, is it his? Belshnak underneath. PVISION still feel like that sort of part of the map and that sort of protocol isn't really there with any confidence. And they're coming at it again. We'll see if there's a punishing effect to this. Belshnak is like, I'm not playing underneath balcony.
He's like, I'm getting out of that. Changing the position up, and it's worked out better for him. He only gets the 1 kill, but a lot of damage done to Nemanja. He's dropped him down to 18 HP. So he's going to cross into the site. Bomb is going to go down on default. Grenades going to land towards him. Utility to try and burn him out.
Last round, the retake came the majority through CT spawn, but now it's just the 2. Okay, they push into it. Right. Zwei never got aggressive. Actually, PVISION's the one being tentative right now in some of these situations. Wildcard's going to win another one.
Okay. It's just going to be a safe call. Find that AWP, get away for Shello. A 4th round for Wildcard in the half.
Yeah, I think this feels like on PVISION sloppy communication. That's not meant to take anything away from Wildcard, but they're certainly taking advantage of what seems like some missed details and some disconnect in comms and ideas. So Op is going to be saved moving forward. They do get eventually that kind of knockout blow to the PVISION economy. Unfortunately, it comes heading into the final round of the half, which means you don't really get to take advantage of it for any significant amount of time. But certainly they're going to take a 5th round if they can manage it. Op goes over to James, FAMAS on Belshnak. And I think both teams have a little mind game element going on right now for this final round of look at all the success and the ability Wildcard has shown that they're able to just kind of take the A bomb site on these executes without any real difficulty. And for PVISION side especially with a low buy, is do you want to cheat someone over expecting them to continue leaning into that success?
James is patient, and a missed shot. You usually don't see him miss those. Wildcard getting away with one. A real chance for 5 rounds here. Nemanja can't commit, or connect rather. James certainly will though. Out from jungle, peeping to go down. Wildcard committing to the bomb plant. And a 3v5. I mean, Wildcard have won a round like this before. Bomb planted. Let's see if the retake's successful. You see Hex is trying to fight. Trying to get a couple of kills in. Not only is he trying, but he's successful in those fights as two come in from Hex. Information, another one coming through CT spawn, but Hex gets peppered down through the boxes, and MHL can't land anything.
You didn't see it.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll be the defusal and the recovery of the round there for ParaVision. They will have an 8-4 lead. An 8-4 lead while also not playing great.
See the difference stylistically, though, on that last hit towards the A bomb site is that time nobody's present. You know, Belchanok's not aggressive under the balcony, not playing behind the boxes, not even in the bomb site. He's playing way deep towards CT spawn. And instead of actually trying to stop the A exec, ParaVision just kind of focus on cutting off the mid portion of that attack when they see that presence. 2 kills in mid, 1 on short. 1 coming up con, and then they can readdress the 3 players inside the bomb site. 8-4, some cool things from Wildcard.
Yeah, I think Rec in particular looks really, really sharp. I think Hex, obviously, a player we're more familiar with
been around the block.
On this team. And he made some good moments happen. You know, good timings out of Palace to find important kills. Really kickstarted that 3v5 they won earlier in the half. And then Peeping, you know, getting a fair share of criticism, but coming out in a bigger round early and got that double kill when running into the A bomb site.
Yeah, he did. He kind of popped off there in like a little mini stretch of rounds. It was having a very slow start to the game. I think it was on like 0 ADR for like 4 or 5 rounds, but found that one round to give him some impact and get a round win for the team. Now they switch over to the CT side. 4 rounds back, heading into the pistol. Dualies. 2 nades, a Molotov, and a flash for the CT side. No kits. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a Molotov for James attacking ParaVision.
A lot of utility, you're right. Let's see how effective it is. You got Nemanja waiting here with the dual Berettas.
It's a classic. They just spread out across the map. Yellow and James just went to see if there's going to be any pushes at B or at mid. Now they're just going to fall back in exec when they realize the map is kind of wide open. Everyone's playing a standard round. It's going to be Rec to defend with Nemanja. He's close up with the dualies at the top of the ramp. That's the first obstacle.
Swing, Julies and Belchanok to grab the opener. ParaVision with a 5v4 as they now flood into the A bomb site. You've got Rec hiding behind triple. Hoping he can catch a few headshots here. Clean one on the first peek. But Nota to silence him before a multi-kill can happen. And then Belchanok hopping back to put that bomb down. Should be hard to lose the round from this point onwards for ParaVision. 2 players coming in from CT. 1 through connector. Hex going to try and use up the util he's brought to the pistol round. Might as well, instead of it going to waste. And Hex will find himself 1, but then runs out of bullets. Tries to switch out to the USP. And just before he did that, his teammate Peeping died towards connector as well. So ParaVision with 9 rounds, win the pistol round and give themselves the best chance moving forward to round this one out.
Yeah, 9-4. It's, we'll see if they can just march to a victory or what Wildcard can do to slow him down. They are going to invest in this second round. MP9, Deagle coming out. So some tough toys to get past if you're ParaVision here. See what the setup is. If they stack a bomb site, if they're able to find a way to trap this team at a choke point. Real chance ParaVision just start marching away with this victory, though. Smoking towards Con and window room right now. Noda's going to swing with Jame, both with rifles towards top mid. And understandably, Wildcard playing a little bit more passive. Ooh. Decent amount of misutility today.
Yeah, definitely a few pieces of those throughout the game.
Yeah. A couple smokes have been off the mark from the Wildcard side in the first half. Now this Molotov.
ParaVision just trying to keep things controlled in a round like this, wanting to figure out if they're walking into any stacks, maybe flush a few players out.
Ooh, this is a little awkward. Rex stuck out in the open. 40 seconds, though. CT's not convinced this is going to be the final play, and they are correct. Noda's already kind of getting a staging ground towards the B bomb site. 2 over in market, 1 at the back of the bomb site. Good win there. Tag from the scout, but no chance for a kill as Noda backs away. Nade bounces off the wall into the bomb site, unfortunately, and this is going to be the round for PVISION as the bomb crosses over into the site. Notice a lot of like stylistic difference. I mean, this is an anti-eco, but I mean, you could see the difference. PVISION kind of taking mid control, resmoking window, resmoking con, getting control underneath window, mauling out ladder room, like progressively taking different parts of the map as they move forward without committing to the full-blown attack onto a bomb site. Wildcard was much more execute heavy. It's a trend from PVISION we're going to see continue as this half goes on. But PVISION, the first team to hit double digits, and now just 3 rounds away from a map 1 victory.
Terrorists win.
And there is that worrying thing of like, if you do just enough in the first half, if you're wildcard, to think that the game could be competitive if you get the right win conditions, you know, winning the pistol round,
Yeah.
conversion, but when you don't, you haven't done enough to really stay competitive down the line once PVISION get this T side going.
Yeah, and once you have to like sit a round out as well, where you have like some of the saved weapons from the previous, but yeah, this is going to be a minute. PVISION's going to be up at 11 before you can get another buy going on, barring any insanity, probably from the scout. So sort of on MHL watch in this round to see what that scout can do. A couple tags, maybe 1 cheeky headshot just to thin things out. Early utility out for PVISION. They won't commit with this. They want to just see if there's going to be a reaction, bait on any utility, soften up the defensive payload for the eventual attack afterwards. All 5 players from PVISION here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the best chance to do some damage, I suppose, here for Wildcard. You got 2 players playing aggressively towards ramp, and then PP can come try and help. I think his play could be getting into the sandwich or just running out the back at the bench. Looking to just take contact when his teammates do. Rek, okay, 5-7, that's what it can do. Melting heads as they come close towards him, but the rest of his teammates all go down, and eventually Rek will fall also.
Yeah, a little bit scary, though, when those first 2 kills come out so quick. You could see a world where that just snowballs out of control for PVISION. Good recovery, though. 2 kills from Zwei to handle the situation. Scout's going to look to get involved. There's the headshot, 2 on 2. And now Hex, it's his turn with the Deagle.
There's Hext. Stepping out, Deagle does connect. Belchanok to fall away. James doing what he can. Down to a 1v1, and Hext has picked it up. How Wildcard won that round. That is fantastic. I mean, obviously you understand the start. It sets up an opportunity for Wildcard, the 5-7. But when those trades come in, you think, okay, that was the chance. There's no way you think Wildcard are going to get themselves back into the round again.
Yeah, well, then you get that scout headshot, and that's a player who kind of opens the floodgates to allow Hex to activate and swing into the bomb site. Some fine Deagle work from him as well. Timeout taken, this from PVISION. Dust2 can't be happy with how that turned out. So there is a little bit of life left in Wildcard. They don't let PVISION get up to 11. Second timeout used as they talk things over here. Now we have the AWP in the hands of MHL instead of the Scout. You've got an AK-47 on Hex, and everyone else has got an M4 and full utility. Things have turned around for Wildcard after that. Let's see if they could put rounds on the board. Gets weapons out way earlier than they would have had otherwise. Kind of shocked that the MAC-10 doesn't hard clear that corner coming out. They just, Yellow never expected anyone to actually be playing there, I guess. It's wrecked, and James just didn't have any real great chances. AK runs out of ammunition, and he's got to switch to the Glock. 10-5.
Rek flashes himself into the underpass, and Jane is going to walk away with that kill on Rek.
I just saw Jane bark out some orders. I think they might pick up the pace over towards Palace off of that kill. No, waiting for a moment, but they're going to reconvene to this bomb site, so it's coming in any moment. You still have a couple players worried about middle, probably stick around a little bit longer with that follow-up smoke coming in towards window. Actually, MHL backing off the A bomb site entirely. They sense a B hit. And it's the wrong read.
They shouldn't trust their senses at this point. It's going to be all in towards the A bomb site. Waves of utility flying over the top of the site. smoke onto stairs. Jungle popping right now.
But what decision do you make here? Like, you have to come investigate and see if PVISION make a mistake to let you retake this. Okay, there you go. Now you find the equalizer on the spam through the smoke. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Retake much more doable now, and they need it at 5 to 10.
Yeah, Nemanja right through from jungle, through the smoke into the A bomb site.
2 kits in play.
One kill that even things out at a 4v4. And yes, those kits will give extra seconds to play with here for Wildcards. They start to send 3 players back in through CT for this retake attempt, but there's also a flank from Peeping, and he's hoping that this ramp flank can be successful. He's got 3 targets. James is just checking in behind him every now and then, considering it.
How's nobody looking?
The timing is favored, but Peeping, you've got to take that kill. He misses all the shots on the flank, and then he's immediately punished. And it all falls away. Wildcard's chances shrink to 0. PVISION keep 4 players alive. They're all leaving the bomb site now, going to save their weapons. And Nemanja out of the window to his death as Belchenok will punish him on the descent out. Nothing saved over for Wildcard. PVISION stay alive with 4 players. And now they're getting so close to finding victory.
Well, that couldn't have gone much worse. Could it have? It was there. It was there. You had PVISION completely distracted. Nobody watching the flank. 2 players on the boxes and nobody watching for that ramp flank. You're exactly right. I mean, look, I'd love to bail him out, but you have to get that kill. It just has to. 11 to 5. And certainly that is the loss that just feels the most deflating of all of them, as if that was the kind of last chance that just got snuffed out. Off in the hands of MHL in this next round coming out of the timeout. So they've got that to work with. FAMAS on Nemanja, MP9s on Rek and Peeping. Not easy to play against PVISION at this kind of a deficit in weaponry and in terms of utility either. James can really pull you across the map.
Yeah, well, James is boosted up, looking over the top of the smoke, seeing if he can spot his target inside of middle, but there's no one there. And he detached that boost, and Nota, who was the foundations of it, now moving forward towards the bottom of connector. There's 2 players in here, and he takes the fights with him. He'll win the first fight and do a lot of damage onto the second. It's now James waiting, getting pressured. They're running at him. 2 players up through mid. He's behind the big boxes in top middle, and he can't do anything about the pressure on him. So his teammates react by thrusting themselves into the A bomb site, but it's a 2v3, and that bomb is on the ground. It's open. No one holds it. And look at that. Zoe surprised by the fact that they're already here at jungle. He's seeing his targets. He's just not getting his chances. Nemanja importantly drops his head down. Jello going to be pulling back in towards the site. And it's a recoverable round here. Bomb wide in the open, though. That's what they have to get to. Hex has hit that shot with the AWP through the triple boxes, but has to finish him off for the second. And now Zoe at 22 HP goes out into the open, and Wildcard pick it up.
Okay, very, very tense fight. Good job from Hex. Good job from Nemanja with his double kill to keep that alive. PVISION, they just cannot find the closing recipe. Aggression in middle, 1 player taken out, and then James is just stuck behind the boxes with nowhere to go to his death. So Wildcard quickly handle the middle portion of the attack and readdress over at the A bomb site. Nice attempt in the 2-on-3, but not completed. It is a team we know kind of at times, I don't know if it struggled to close. I mean, they do struggle to close out, but I mean, it does kind of feel by design considering how many times they have games that go so long.
Yeah. It's almost PVISION paid by the round now.
Yeah, it feels like PVISION has this win. They just got to reach out and grab it.
Make it happen in this round. Even though they haven't got the best weapons, you've got enough. 3 AK-47s, a MAC-10, and a Galil, and obviously to us we can see they're going to be setting up what is going to be a quicker B hit. B defense ain't looking that strong either.
No, it's not. I mean, so much of the attention in the rounds has started in middle, so you can understand. Did they spot him at all, Hex? Okay, there's the first kill. Nope, didn't realize he was there. 1 jumps out the window. They got to handle the situation, and oh, another one. Peeping adds a kill elsewhere on the map, but Hex doing all the work. 5-7, taking down Belchenok, traded off, but he's done his job. And that's a hold at the B bomb site. It's got everyone shouting on the Wildcard side. They're within 4, and money is gone for PVISION. Yeah. And that might be the round that allows Wildcard to turn this. Surprisingly in a position to be able to come back and close the gap on the scoreboard.
Yeah, massive step up there from Hex. Really important kills coming in from him. You know, we were just highlighting how weak the B-bomb site defenses looked. PVISION will be up to map point. We needed Hex to step up, and he delivers. And one of the more experienced players in the team. PVISION now sent back down to very weak weapons. Just a Deagle coming out here for Jame. PVISION going to be conceding another one right here.
All right, Hex. Coming right back at you.
This big spray down coming here. Should be a lot of easy pickings for Hex.
It's going to force the Glocks away. And Belshanock's Deagle. So back to... Well, back to holes we go, I guess. Sway's over in Palace at the A-bomb site. Man, the guns are going to come out, and then it feels like PVISION... This has gotten way too tight. Like, this is going to start getting to that point in the game where, like, if Wildcard win another round, get up to 9, then you start kind of feeling the pressure that they're bringing this right back. PVISION has let them linger around on this map for a long, long time. Hex with the off angle. This has been... They've been waiting for so long that it buys so much time for Rec to come in behind him.
Yeah.
Grab 3 kills with the MP9. So Cash is now looking real good for the wildcard side as well. I mean, everything feels like it's in the wildcard camp right now except for the scoreboard. In these past 2 rounds, they've done a very good job shutting down PVISION. 2 AKs on the CT side paired up with that AWP in MHL's hands. Round 20 and AKs are finally back for PVISION. Utility is what they're lacking the most. Belshanock probably dropped some and stockpiled in towards T-spawn. But a few of the details missing in terms of the nades that you're bringing into the battle. That's 3 in a row for the wildcard defense. The first time on this map they've been able to string 3 rounds together consecutively.
Yeah, and I like the setup they're going for right now. Some aggression, flashing over the top, sending 2 players down ramp to try and pick up some early information. Zwei was in a good spot, though, so as soon as that flash comes in, he backs off. He doesn't offer up any info whatsoever.
Yeah, and the Palace players probably heard too, so they've called out 3 players were at the A bomb site. Defense has shifted off the lack of information, though, because they cleared A ramp deep.
Yeah, they're going to start sending Jame up on the boost to try and get into the window. He'll play on that ledge outside of it for a second. He made a sound cue as he dropped down. And then he goes back. Of course, Jay makes the most of that situation. He still gets a kill on the short player. Hex is up next. He's going to try and combine with this connector defense, but Hex goes out, only gets the 1. And the man, you couldn't help him from that spot. He couldn't peek out. So wildcard fall to 2 players. PVISION still holding 4. And now a fight between Yamanya and the underpass player, but he's also got to worry about Shello. A good kill from him. That's going to be Zwei gone. And MHL's got a P250 kill. And Shello getting traded out. So we've got a 1v1. I don't know how Wildcard have got themselves into this situation, but Belchanock backs up behind Tetris and is holding for MHL. He's standing on top of the stairs. He'll drop down, makes the sound cue. Belchanock has to win it, and he batters MHL into the ground. He needed that one, and PVISION finally up to map point.
Well, I'll tell you how they got into that situation. It's just a string of bad decisions, and these are the decisions we're seeing out of PVISION where they're playing against these quote-unquote like lesser teams and playing down to their level. Is Noda's doing a great job delaying everything in middle. You don't need to help him. Take the bomb site, secure the position, get the bomb planted, let Noda play for himself. If he goes down, and you have a 3-on-2 inside the bomb site. But instead, you're kind of swinging at jungle, trying to take that fight down the con stairs, losing that, putting it into a 2-on-2. Low HP player is already aggressive with no chance to change his position. PVISION decisions in some of these moments, while normally against the top teams, they're so clean and they're so calculated. Now, it's mistake-ridden, it's a little bit sloppy. And this is a team whose great strength, because it's not experience, its great strength is its dedication to the fundamentals.
PVISION going for the final blow, trying to win this map here and now. Look at James getting information, knows one player's in window. But into the connector, Rec was waiting for him. Nice try, James. Cheeky maneuver, but you've lost that threat. And so now everybody's coming through Palace or Ram. Shello just a battering Ram getting through MHL. Smokes are up. And no one from Wildcard playing in front of them, so they're going to have to play this on retake.
Yeah, they chose to clear out mid first and see there's nobody home. Good kill onto Noda as well. Molotov into the bomb site. Belishanok has got to make a move and get out of there. Okay, once that fight saw someone up in the air. Oh, dirty
confidence.
one tap.
Yeah, with that one tap as well, you go back to even numbers, and Belichanok's just wanting to brawl, wanting to fight off the top of Tetris. Not the cleanest spray there from Cello, but eventually getting the one kill. Couldn't get away. And now Rek and Hex, these are the two players that have been performing very well here for Wildcard, trying to save them, trying to keep them alive on the map. Rek, oh, he's got an ace. He's picked up everyone. Hot hand indeed from Rek on the server today. Straight to the defusers, Hex, he'll pull through, and Wildcard stay alive.
Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy again from ParaVision. I mean, that final swing in the 2v2 looks really silly of why would you take the fights at that point, but I think they just came to the realization the bomb wasn't planted for him. They got into positions to protect against people sliding into the bomb site, but when the player dies inside the site, they realize they've got no angle to stop the defuse. Great round from Rex, start to finish, trading everyone off, finding everything, all 5 kills. Wildcard, once again, finding a way to stay alive in this map. Just barely hanging on, but still a chance. And it's back down to pistols for ParaVision. No armor on a couple players. Deagle's picked up. Tech 9s. Money's not great.
Here's quick plays. Coming up through short. We got Peeping. There's his moment. Up against the pistols. Peeping, farming 3 kills.
Hey, we saw what it did for Lotto on Dust2 in the previous series.
Right,
you get a few eco kills. You never know what it can do to your confidence.
The Peeping redemption arc after this.
Yeah, get those eco frag. Go hunting. Go get yourself an ace. Drop. Swap drop. No.
Sway up next. Dead at Mania's hand. And then we'll have James stepping out next. So he's got one on the Tech 9. Up towards Peeping. Of course, he'll squeeze an extra couple out there.
Why not? Why not, James? All right, 12-10. 2 more chances for ParaVision to close this out. Dwindling. I mean, it didn't feel possible earlier in this half, but all of a sudden, I just feel worried, especially when it's the post plants going against ParaVision in the past 2 gun rounds. So Destan's got his notes out, chatting with the team, glancing down. James considering his options as well as freeze time dwindles. Rifles being picked up. There's a Galil on Zwei. Everyone else should have an AK-47, so very strong investment coming in for ParaVision. Wildcard just have to last 2 more rounds, and you get into overtime. You get that reprieve of all the money coming back in and a reset on the scoreboard. $23 kills for Rek in this game. A massive reason why Wildcard is even still here in round 23. ParaVision said nobody towards the B bomb site. Basic mid control for Noda and James. Seen this play out a couple of times. Potentially have them fall back to the A bomb site where the bomb is already positioned up in Palace.
Well, smoke goes into Palace now from Wildcard at 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. ParaVision team that will respect that. Keep it slow. Actually at a scoreline of 12-10.
I think at this point they're kind of hoping that there's going to be some aggressive play from Wildcard in like the mid rounds.
So they can punish.
Yeah, they're just like, could you guys give us an easy kill just to help us out a little bit, you know?
Nope, they're going to have to come work for it. Good discipline from Wildcard. Shello's just going to walk out, immediately get taken out by Rek. 24 kills, 25 from Rek. Such an impressive performance. MHL's going to chime in as well. This one feels like it's going to overtime.
It's just weird. How's that the play? How's that the play to like kind of sit on the map and be quiet and just throw utility at mid and then kind of dry, hard swing out Palace? And they have no more timeouts left, and now they have no money. So we're looking at overtime, dude. This is actually crazy. I think these last 5 rounds have been Wildcard playing well and an utter collapse from ParaVision, just like a mental loss of focus and details in some of these situations. And life comes at you fast. I think they've got to be shocked they're staring at a 12-11 scoreline and looking down at their buy and saying, oh my God, how are we going to win this one? 3 Galils, a Tech 9, a Mac 10. This time, Rek is going to play close up to ramp, so you kind of almost, I mean, you consider he's got 25 kills, far and away the strongest performer and most impact for Wildcard. He goes down early, and that's got to be a horrible feeling. Rek backs away as there was no real action. He just plays in the cubby now. The attack is coming in his direction. Smoke and Palace is about halfway through, so James going to hold on to his a little bit longer. Time the pop so they're ready to go as soon as that smoke fades. 3 players Palace, 2 ramp, and 3 defenders here.
Jumping out, MHL and Rek, of course. Okay, I don't even know what Rek has eaten for breakfast today, but he is feasting on ParaVision. 28 kills, what a showing from Rek.
Holy hell.
In that first half, his entry ability, the important kills he was getting coming into the sites, and now on the CT side, doing the same thing, living up to the name right now. He is just absolutely wrecking them.
I can't believe it. I know. Yeah, you had to go there, didn't you? You just had to. It's like a magnet. Oh, this is crazy. What an end to the half. All right, well, you go to overtime, you get all your money back, and if you're ParaVision, you get an extra timeout, and Dust2's got to be loving that.
We thought today would be the day ParaVision actually win Mirage. You heard the devs, they were saying, you know, they're happy that Wildcard took it here. They brought it to Mirage because they haven't seen a great performance from ParaVision on this map as of late. And you see it's paying off for Wildcard, hanging in here.
Oh yeah, well, it means absolutely nothing if they don't close it out in overtime.
And this is where ParaVision thrive. We're in their domain.
I don't know, man.
In the past.
I don't even. Yeah. I'm shocked at some of the things I saw in that second half. 3 defenders here as well. Nemanja can get up in ladder room to help out Peeping, who's a little bit slow to the draw. Good kill from Noda. Hex has to back away. Oh, he's got the whole world coming at him. James certainly going to fall from ladder room, and Hex gets 1. Okay, awkward scenario for the ParaVision attack because Nemanja's got an angle, and now he's got a dink. He's got damage. He's got another kill. Oh, ParaVision, they can't find any success whatsoever. They cannot buy around at the moment. Zoe goes down last, and 13 for Wildcard. That'll be their first lead of this game. And it comes in overtime at the perfect moment. Just an insane turn of events. That's 5 in a row going back into regulation. That's 8 of the last 9 going back into regulation, all in the favor of Wildcard. ParaVision have just dropped the ball and disappeared from the server.
And it's going in towards ramp, and we'll have confidence for Wildcard. Again, they're willing to just dive down towards ramp, challenge to the opening fight. So many strange rounds from ParaVision. Obviously leading Wildcard into the lead of the game now, 13-12 up. Coming at Hex, who had a massive moment earlier with the 5-7. Well, he's going to be under pressure this time alone. Can't get a kill this time.
Okay, that's a great play. That's a great play to open things up. Just one flash and go, catching the defense off guard before they have a timing to figure out the map. And now you can even lock them out. Molotov's in place. There's a follow-up smoke on Noda and Belshinock, so they can block off these choke points until the bomb explodes. What a tough scenario to be in if you're Wildcard trying to break back in.
Clear that corner, Rek stepping out. Just one player tucked to the left. Oh, wall back coming in from MHL. Rek is so sharp. Another one. Shello goes down, Rek follows up, and Nota blasted away by the grenade of MHL. It's on Jame, and Jame must pull off something spectacular, which he just can't amount to.
Get him out, dude.
Yep, they are getting destroyed right now. It's going to be 14-12 for Wildcard coming in on the retake. PVISION get a clean entry into the B bomb site. They have the advantage into the post plant, and Wildcard just comes storming back in for the retake.
That's gross. That's a disgusting post plant, and that's like the third in a stretch of disgusting post plants from PVISION. I mean, they might, I don't know, they could still go on to win this map, but I'm not sure anymore that they deserve it. Good shot from MHL, but why is nobody peeking? Why is everyone so scared to peek? Is it the losses in the previous post plants where everyone's like, I don't want to be the one to peek and make the mistake and go down, but now the lack of aggression and the lack of confidence in that is what's punishing you even more? It's an absolute disaster down the stretch for PVISION right now.
Well, these James got the opening kill. Didn't matter in the last round, though. Wildcard showing they can pull 4v5s back.
And the game Rek is having is unbelievable on top of all of that. 31-17. Gone down first here to James off. That's a lot of, or James op, and that's a lot of impact Wildcard will be missing down the stretch of this round. Final of this first half of overtime. And the 5-on-4 PVISION's going to exec over towards A, but it's different than the execs we saw throughout regulation where they were sending 3 bodies in through Palace, almost like they were workshopping it. Now they're going to go back. They're going to go back to 3 players coming up the ramp where there's a little bit more space to work with.
Hex just hearing the steps out towards the side. That plant is being confirmed. Hexter is yet to reveal his position, but now chooses the perfect time because he catches Jame with a gaze elsewhere. And the advantage no longer siding with PVISION. Looking to hold the side. They know Hex is a threat. They do deal with him eventually, but there's more targets coming at them. Sway and Shello, though. 2 really important kills here for PVISION, putting it all on MHL. He'll throw out a defensive smoke and try and get to that defuse. It's the only hope he's got, and in the end just gets spammed down through the smoke. So PVISION at least securing 1 T round in overtime.
Yeah, well, not only securing 1 T round, but like stopping this stretch of rounds, right? Like it was what, 6 in a row going back into regulation for Wildcard at that point.
Yeah.
So putting an end to those shenanigans, 9 of 10 as well in their favor. Just a freakish run from Wildcard. Here's a timeout being used, this one by Wildcard as well, before the overtime is even set to begin. So a quick conversation so you can encompass all 3 rounds of what coach is looking for. Double op setup for PVISION in this opening round on the CT side of overtime. So they want to catch, they never brought this out in the first half. So looking to catch Wildcard a little bit off guard. It'll be expensive if you drop the ball, though. Jame has his at the A bomb site. Zwei brings his over to the B bomb site, likely to get boosted up. Peeping, moving down mid with some pace, with some intention. Same with Rek, who's got the bomb in his back.
Into the connector, Nota taking the first shots of damage towards him. He will be flushed away for the bottom of those stairs. Belchanok gets peeked out. That was an instant kill from Hex out from Palace. That was so quick. Wildcard now 4v3. Bomb now arriving through connector. Jame is held behind the jungle smoke, pinned in the corner. And the nade's being sent in to break the smoke up. His cover gone for the time being. And then the rifle hunts him down in the corner. So Shello and Zwei are all that is left. A 2v4 to try and recover the round to prevent Wildcard from going to map point. And there's no stopping Rek right now. Zwei on the AWP, doing what he can. Jumps up on top of Ticket. He has got 1 kill. But so many to find. And he's going to get peeked out from Rek at top of Tetris. The kill comes in immediately, and Wildcard reach map point.
Yeah, that was Wildcard's bread and butter in the first half, was these A execs. Belshanac especially has just been getting picked apart on the defense over on this side of the map. Wildcard's just been almost abusing him to a certain extent. Happens again, he thinks he's got the cover of the Molotov, but a quick peek out from Hex ends that real quick. And PVISION just can't get a grip on defending that bomb site. They take their time out in overtime as their back's now against the wall. Wildcard now with 2 chances to close this map out. They took their first lead of the game with the first round in overtime, and they just don't want to relinquish it. That round, they catch PVISION completely off guard by the pacing, moving down mid really, really quick. As soon as Noda breaks that smoke open, they're happen to step into the vacated space. A little bit of utility from MHL goes a long way. And Wildcard in the driver's seat. 15-13.
What a comeback from Wildcard, the tenacity to stay in it, and now they're going out to try and win the whole thing here on Mirage. The bomb coming up through Palace. You've got Belchanock winning back at CT. Nota out towards connected, but here comes the pop. Wildcard not slowing down, they're just going with speed, trying to knock them out here on Mirage. Smokes up, broken for now. Vision given over from connector to the site, but finally the first blood is drawn, and it will be ParaVision to get that kill. Belchanock taking peeping down. Belchanock then spotted. Hex applying pressure. He's running out of bullets now, so needs to take a pause. Gonna send the grenade in, and it actually worked out perfectly for Hex. He gets the kill with the grenade, swung out after it, and died at the hands of Zwei. And now you've got a 4v3 retake from ParaVision. They've got another kill though, so not looking likely for Wildcard to close this out in this round. And now you've just got MHL stuck on the ramp, up 1v4. Smoke will deploy towards the bomb, and the defuse should start, and MHL is not going to be in a position to stop it. So this will come down to the last round of overtime 1. ParaVision with a real chance of forcing double overtime.
Yeah, I mean, that round Wildcard, they did everything right? You get into the bomb site, but you're trying to extend how much room you can work with in the post plant by pushing towards CT spawn. None of those works. You lose a couple players, and all of a sudden in the post plant, Rek and Nemanja have nowhere to go after the bomb is planted. They're stuck inside the bomb site, and those are just weak positions when 2 players retaking from CT. 1 round lead, 1 round remaining to close this opening map. Their selection, Wildcard, could be the final chance if they don't achieve it. And there's an opening kill from James AWP. Picks off MHL with the aggressive shot and is able to back away and disappear into the A bomb site.
Ooh. Kill from Zwei out from backbench.
God damn.
Yeah. That was well, what a time for Zwei to get impact in these last 2 rounds, though. He's been so quiet.
Well, this is the first round in this overtime half that Wildcard didn't just try and kind of do something faster, a little bit punchier. They try and spread out and play the default against ParaVision, and they've just gotten picked off everywhere on the map. 2 versus 5. Nothing to do but go for it, see what happens. Belshanock, as he's been just destroyed inside the bomb site, playing retake. Good shot.
Yeah, Hex walks up in the jungle, dies. Rek, good kill. Another one's good, but just too many targets for Rek, and he will fall eventually. ParaVision forcing us into double overtime.
Okay, certainly they tighten up here, right? This is where we get ParaVision just kind of locking them down. They got those feel-good rounds right there to come back and force double OT. They don't lose the map whatsoever. So now you got to take that build with it into this second round of overtime. And for Wildcard, I guess the question is how much longer can Rek keep up this pace, this level of impact, and what happens if he stops, if it lessens? Is someone else going to be ready to pick up the baton? 15 all. 19 is the magic number for a victory. Four players from Wildcard are going to join up in middle. 2 from the underpass, 2 from the top of mid. Unless James has anything to say about it. Molotov towards the top boxes. Didn't stick around to punish. Peeping had just thrown his smoke in towards window, so would have been an opportunity for James for just a second.
through connector. It's James who's got the opening here for the CT side. As Wildcard try and force their way into jungle. Peeping, really important double kill here. Nota and James both dead.
You can...
Now Shellow's got to wait at ninja boxes, just hiding, tucking his head away.
There's 28 seconds. Okay, there's the swing from Jello. One more not going to be there, and neither can Belshanock. All right, trades all come in. It's all Wildcard's favor. And Zwei, because they invested in the double op setup, he's got to save. Doesn't want to have to deal with the economic problems of losing both ops, so we'll pass that to James in the next round. And Wildcard show us a different look at a successful hit towards the A bomb site. Most of the attacks that they've had success with come through Palace, come up the ramp, but this one splits through Con. Man, I'd say this, Jay missed a couple shots that you expect him to hit more often than not. Nota was kind of like taking those like half convincing fights, like just jiggled, firing 5 bullets, continuing that, trying to lure Wildcard into James' angle. And when Jay misses those shots, it ruins not only James' play, it ruins everything Nota's doing for you as well. He would have just been better off committing to a fight and just seeing if he could win or lose it. And they do hunt down the op at the end of the day. That's devastating. Puts some pressure on PVISION now to win this next round. As if there wasn't enough already. Timeout taken from the PVISION side. They're going to have a lot of film to review in this game.
As they always do.
They're going to have a lot of Dust2 notes to sit through. This has been...
Exhibit A. Exhibit A 1.03.
I don't know, like some of the other games, remember we had that feeling like they were playing down to some opposition in this tournament that we've mentioned, and it's like, is that what's happening, or is this just like, is it just Mirage? Something's been off today. This is, I think, of the games that they've kind of the series they've lost to put them in this 2-2 match throughout PGL Bucharest. I think this is the one I'm looking at and saying like, this is maybe the worst of all of them.
I don't think you can say it's just Mirage though, Jason, because like some of the post-plant decision making. You put the bomb in the wrong spot, and then you have to fight.
Yeah.
And you give up your good post-plant position because the bomb's not planted in the right place. You don't usually see PVISION making those mistakes.
No, that's just one of like the 7 retakes as well you could probably talk about. The Stun could probably put together a whole packet.
I'm just here for the Rec 40 bomb, to be honest.
Yeah, why not at this point?
He's 4 kills away from getting 40 kills. Like, this is insane stuff from Rec. We'll see Wildcard start to throw a couple of nades over towards the A site.
Very passive. I think that had to have been one of the calls from Dust2, either between half times or during one of the timeouts, is just, guys, stop playing inside the bomb site. It's clear it's not working today. Let's just play retake and make sure that there's only going to be one prong of the attack we have to work for, or worry about. And look over on the minimap. You've got Nemanja dropping out of B holes as we speak, so he's going to be a very, very late flank coming through market.
Yeah, he's going to go step in towards Belchnock, who walks right in towards him. Shallow out from Ticket, jumps on up and Peeping.
Oh, this
has been taken down, and it is a bit of a disaster, isn't it? The bomb is still trying to get into the B site, but James now arrived to try and stop it, but Rec hunting down kills. There's the escape valve. They can get the bomb away, and they're going to run straight into connector, up through the window. James ready for that, though. That's the bomb, and now MHL in a 1v2, backing into jungle where James is waiting for him, and the rifle as well is there to stop him. Oh, that one gets away from Wildcard.
It's going to be so frustrating. I don't necessarily disagree with everything they did. Like you exec on the A bomb site, Nemanja gets out B, and he's like, guys, I have the bomb site. Just come all the way around. I'm all the way in market. He stops the rotation, and then just as they're about to arrive in the B halls into the B bomb site, he gets picked off by James trying to do a little bit more and move over towards bench for a repause. And then all of a sudden, they've got to change their position again and come into the underpass where they found Nota, who's got knife out because he thinks they're committed to B. And then their player at the A-bomb site holding onto that site dies. They just got pulled around the map by teammates who thought they had strong positions, and it just falls apart.
Wildcard at the ready to go into this A site. 3 players through Palace, 2 through the ramp. And let's see if this A success comes at them. We've got James very committed with the AWP. Once you lose the rifle, you've got to pop off with the AWP. And Peeping closes that space down quickly. Oh yeah, that's more like it from Peeping. Clears out the entire A bomb site defense and puts Wildcard up to 17 rounds.
Oh, they tried playing inside the bomb site again, and look what happens. The Wildcard has been doing that to them all game long. They're going to regain the lead here in this final round. 17-16 as we once again switch sides. ParaVision back to attacking. This Mirage has just been such a labor for them.
Wreck. 39 frags now. And once again, Wildcard leading the game. All fighting for that last spot in the playoffs. There's no fallback here for ParaVision.
I mean, at this point in the game, it's just going to start getting grimy now.
You know, ParaVision went 2-0 up, beating Legacy in the opening game. FOKUS in the follow-up got their asses handed to them by Foot, and then 3D Max. And find themselves here up against Wildcard. You think that's a free pass. You think, surely ParaVision don't mess it up here, but no,
yeah.
Wildcard are really rising to the occasion.
I mean, this is the 5th best team in the world by rankings, by HLTV rankings. Or are they in VRS? They're like number 3 or something, aren't they?
Number 8.
Number 8. That was close.
The VRS ranking.
Number 8.
Wildcard are 74th by the HLTV ranking, 66th by the Valve ranking.
Okay, it is quite the disparity. This would be a huge upset if it happens across the series, but certainly just working on Mirage right now, it's shocking to see ParaVision struggle to this degree to a team that's ranked so far beneath them. Obviously, Rec has had a big thing to say about it.
Oh, MHL completely blinded. That was a great flashbang from James. Rec does get his 40th kill. He does get traded out right after it, though.
Ooh.
Man, nice shot from Zoid. Their last chance is Nemanja. He just can't do much, so he will fall. And we're going to see Hext a 1v4 that just isn't going to happen. So ParaVision tie the game up again.
Yeah, 1 by 1 through that smoke, trying to recover the situation and stem the bleeding, and it just doesn't work.
If Wildcard are to win this series, they'll jump up 20 places in the Valve ranking.
That's really spicy. Huge opportunity for Wildcard. I imagine ParaVision would lose quite a few points in a loss like this.
Yeah, they'll drop a place in the ranking to 9th.
Well, nice and easy. ParaVision trade their way in. Good opening provided by Jello. 17-17. Once again, we're all tied up. Hex takes a fight at the tail end of this. Just one more kill to add in. Loses his M4 in the process.
I'm really having to work for this one. Both teams still yet to see who is going to pull out in front. Tech issue at this point of the game, though. Seen the admin coming into shot there.
Yeah, a little bit brutal, too. It's going to pause everything. In double overtime, you're kind of just trying to play by the instincts that you've kind of developed through the game. So that's, well, I'd say advantage to ParaVision in this kind of a situation with the experience they've got, especially depending on how long this lasts. The admin's been great at resolving these problems very, very swiftly throughout the entire group stage. It's no defense at the A bomb site today, it feels. It's been real tough for both teams to hold on to that site. And indeed, we continue the trend of very quick tech issues being resolved. Up in the hands of MHL. Has that over towards Ticket with Rec playing inside the bomb site. Keeping in Nemanja, playing jungle, top con, window. Hex anchoring this B bomb site, and he's going to get some love again, it looks like, in this round. The B portion of this attack just waiting patiently. They want Noda and Jame over in middle to get into positions and be ready to play. So Noda's left to lurk middle behind the boxes. Utility in window room and con. He'll start scaling up short. James going to be here as a supportive element with the AWP. Still no movement from the B portion of the attack. They've got to get a little bit closer. Wildcard starting to piece this together. MHL is shifting over towards market with the AWP. 45 seconds.
35. Hex now places himself just behind that re-smoke.
Smoke hurts.
Yep, that's going to slow things down, and then that hurts even more.
He had the only grenade, and he switched to a Molotov. So the Molotov drops to the ground. They can't break the smoke. The round's over. You lose.
They're just going to try. They're going to give it one last effort, but Hex is on the side of the smoke, so yeah, they will lose. And Wildcard are going to head up to map point again. I mean, it's impressive to see them stay in this time and time again, and PVISION, that's the problem when you play such a slow round. It's got to go perfect for the finishing move, and when a detail goes against you there, you're just going to get stuck.
To play such a slow round and not apply pressure anywhere and not like expect like, you know, you haven't done anything. You've been there the whole round. We counting smokes, like, you know, like you kind of move into that one that hasn't been used quite. That's just so devastating at the end. I feel like PVISION, those details normally don't elude them to this degree. This is a huge off day at the moment for PVISION, and Wildcard is taking complete advantage of it. Another chance for Wildcard. It'll be their 3rd overall. They had 2 in the original overtime. Now just 1 here in this round, defending against an A-hit, which has seemingly been so hard today.
Well, straight out PVISION hoping for another overtime. It's a Belchenok opener that takes us in that direction for now. The bomb's arriving. And Wildcard hoping that they were able to find any sort of trade when that smoke flew open, but not connecting it. And then MHL jumps up on top of Ticket. He's burning and forces himself forward. He's got to get another one. Okay, MHL's got it. Flashes up 5-7 in, 1 bullet away from removing Zwei, but he can't get it done. Zwei will, however, be taken down by Hext. And Wildcard once again pulling around that looks so good for PVISION, back into even numbers, but it's just peeping. And he's had so much criticism, but he's got to go massive to close out this map. Jame is low, and he backs away. He tries to get around the corner, and he will. So Peeping runs away, comes back to the angle, but Jame is so comfortable in these situations. But a Molotov goes up, Jame hunts him down and forces out another overtime here on Mirage.
Oh man, what a tough prospect for Peeping to have to play a 1v1, extended 1v1 against Jame. Just mind games there. Ready to take the shot with the op as soon as you step up. But again, MHL provides the opportunity. Peeping just builds upon it, but it's still just so surprising seeing that opportunity even be there. Nobody watching the walkout of the smoke from CT spawn from Ticket. And it's just such an opening to be there. 18-18, we go to a 3rd overtime.
How long can Wildcard stay in this is the question. They keep getting themselves to map point first, and the other team steering ahead. But PVISION always finding just enough to stay in the game.
Well, it feels like every team when they need a round are just like, okay, let's go back to the A exec. You know, let's go attack that bomb site. It seems to work. All right, well, 18 all. Both teams get a timeout back in their pocket. Wildcard just used theirs. So only PVISION with the ability to stop the game in this overtime. MHL is going to get boosted up towards the B bomb site. James already here though, so don't slide too far at MHL. Once again, quiet on the map. Not a whole lot of aggression for anyone. Flashbang not effective as MHL blocks it off with the wall. PVISION kind of signaling out of spawn exactly where they want to end. Again, towards the A bomb site. 2 players in Palace. 1 is going to be ramp. That'll be Zwei. And 2 coming from middle. Jamin underpass and Noda starting to work his way down ramp. They've got Peeping Defined, who's playing up in ladder room. And Jamin and Noda are getting a ton of time to work the middle of the map.
There's Peeping. Noda. First victim here. We've got Wildcard. Player up. Romania trying to spam up through Palace. Wants to get away from under the wood. Wants to take the next fight. He actually got caught by his own teammate's flash there. It was a nice play. It would have really helped out in getting rid of Zwei, but just a miscalculation on the timing of the peak. Now Rek's turn. Playing from Firebox. He's got Hex to take first contact, and this duo have been so strong.
20 seconds.
And now Rek gets caught. Yep, limited time here for PVISION. They need the important kills at the right time, and Hex just isn't dying, isn't going quietly. And MHL to step up alongside of him. Wildcard, hold on again.
Yeah, okay, finally we got a stoppage on an A hit on the A exec, and that one's trying to be split. I think part of the problem for PVISION, the unfortunate side of things, it's Noda who goes down in middle instead of Jame, so there's no aggressive piece coming up Con throughout that entire attack. No one to help alleviate the pressure from another angle. Everyone's able to be comfortable, and you've got some sharp shooting now from Hex. Rek obviously still continuing. He's got his 40. Sounds like we're going to get a reset of the round. A little bit of chatter in the server as we started leaving spawn. So we'll get this reset, we'll get it medicked, and then we'll get underway again.
You don't like to see that at this point of the game. Every time you think, okay, you know, eventually PVISION are going to get the answers, Wildcard just level up with them. It's been great to see.
I mean, Hex has shot up the scoreboard to a crazy degree. 30 kills for him. I mean, he's been kind of stuck over at that B bomb site, and obviously we know the B defenders sometimes can go a little bit cold just because they don't always get all the action in the world, but saw him kind of rotate very quickly to A in this previous round. He's had a couple nice rounds when they have attacked him at the B bomb site. Just the fact that he's at 30 kills, that happened fast. Peeping's found his way up towards 20 along with MHL. Wildcard's loving this. Look how animated he is. He's hyped up. He's feeling the dub. Freeze time coming to a close. Round 38.
Yeah, a little bit of a difference in the energy of Dust.
He's got his own vibe, doesn't he? He's just chilling. Oh yeah, yeah. Comfort that pillow. You need a little bit of love. Yeah, hug it tight. This is gonna get weird. 1918.
It's definitely getting weird, that's for sure. PVISION want to get off this crazy train right now, though. Let's see if they can get the job done, or if Wildcard are going to break through and take Mirage. They've been teasing us this whole time. Just not able to get it over the line. There's Peeping. Just out with the first couple of kills here. Nemanja Peeping. And then it's taken away the split potential for this B attack. And we waited a long time to get into this round. And PVISION also had a timeout ahead of this.
Yeah.
And this is the round that happens.
Oh, look at the position of Hex. I don't think they realize it whatsoever. Nobody was home at that B bomb site initially. So a little bit weird with all the smokes up. And the Jame watching the flank. Okay, this...
Oh, James. Oh, James gonna take the kill eventually.
That's so smart.
Lets him get closer and closer to the site and explodes with the frag. But MHL and Rek, they can still do this here for Wildcard. They can still get them up to 20 rounds. It's been quite the turnaround from PVISION in this round in particular, but Rek and MHL still standing tall.
Are they going to get all three in this overtime? That might just close it out. If they're able to do that, man, that'd be crazy. Lovely, lovely defense. And letting PVISION get into the B bomb site, not having any defenders home. I think that's Hex maybe just being like, guys, we don't really need to play. Let's just play one on Catwalk. Eliminate the mid portion of the attack. PVISION can't get anything going at B. Problems now. Oof. Down by 2. And Jame is stuck on a Tech 9.
You know, that bomb waiting just outside of A. Like you said, if any team needs a round, generally the A bomb site has been very faithful to them. There they come. Gap. Look at the size of the gap.
It was blocked. It was blocked.
Yeah, I know, but Peeping's able to step through it at least. You know, he got Rek underneath the wood. Peeping's trying to play in this disrupted smoke. Rek is still alive, even through all the nades they're sending towards him, all the pressure they're putting on his position. Rek is still alive, and it's important that he is because his teammates have gone down, and now the flank comes in. Nemanja, oh, another one, but this time it's from Nemanja, not able to get anything done in the flank. Hex has got kills out from Ticket, but he's the only player left that can change the outcome of this round. And he's all the way back at Ticket, getting spammed down, peppered through. And PVISION, again, that A-bomb site gets him at least one.
Yeah, good for a round as they kind of turn back and just needed to grab it right at the end. Same place they find it. Okay, so you at least have that breathing room to work with. One single round as you switch back over to the CT side. Once again, that flank play, that's the second time in this game. I think it was Peeping earlier who like had a flank and just missed the opportunity for a kill that could have actually been the deciding frag that gives you a chance to win the round. Goes against him. And Wildcard, they're just going to open up this overtime half at the A-bomb site.
Going for the round straight away. Smokes over the top. Let's see if this is enough to get them up to map point. The smokes are in, but they're not going yet. They're waiting for the response. Is there any utility coming out to block them? No, not yet. James adjusting the headset. He has enough time to do that, and here they come. Smokes in for CT. James jumps up on top of Ticket, and he gets the opening pick. Noted to extend it. Wreck and Hex again. This duo moving forward for Wildcard, but Shello has found the kill that keeps ParaVision ahead in the player department. Yeah, and actually Wildcard's not going to aggress into the bomb site whatsoever, so ParaVision, when it gets quiet, they got to be careful. 2 AWPs. Both of them on CT stairs. One of them is going to have to turn James. When do you realize the timing of this? When do you realize if they're not moving in, they could be going to the B bomb, so they're going to sneak in behind you? Oh, and they even spot him. A little bit of damage dealt. He's forced back, but now you have to retake the B bomb site with 2 ops. And they still don't know. They're still checking the A site. Now they know, okay, both players went to the B site.
Okay, Zway's at least going to be able to... Oh, no, is he? Yeah, he's got to use the op.
Oh, this is rough. Okay, double op setup. You need Shello to get this kill in the apartments. If MHL maintains this position in the apartments, it's going to be so hard to flush him out. And he's got that kill on Shello. He then peeks. He throws the nade in. He gets out of the apartments on 11 HP. He'll play from the site instead. Gonna try and run this clock down. There's barely any time left. Sway's got the kill. Rek's on the long flank, trying to get the angle, and it's perfect. Rek has taken Sway down. Once again, it is Wildcard up to map point on Mirage.
What a crazy round. What a crazy turn of events. The repause to wrap all the way through Market. It never clicked. I'm so amazed it never clicked that they could have escaped through window room to go off towards the B bomb site. Wildcard just slide through the gap. And yet again, 2 more chances to close this map. That's going to bring it to 5 total. The first 3 not able to be accomplished. Now you've got some momentum with you. Double op setup. It's dropped over to Zway. And ParaVision desperate on this CT side. A Rek masterclass has put Wildcard in pole position on Mirage.
And as of late, you know, you are getting those impact moments from Hext. Peeping's had a couple of important rounds here as well. Let's see how this goes. Utility into the A side again. Wildcard knocking at the door. Belchanok and Shello looking to combine. You got Belchanok's opening kill coming from Utility. Peeping trying to trade him. Shello gets spammed down through the smoke. Hex got that kill. Now Belchanok in the open. Peepings, it removed him. And finally, Wildcard are looking like they're going to close it out. ParaVision left with 3 players.
That's a bomb. That's a bomb.
That's the bomb again. Peeping again, never realizing when he's got the bomb. But the bomb moves into jungle. And Wildcard, you need to be careful here. You can't throw away this opportunity. Nemanja now has the bomb over towards jungle. Zway's picked apart Hext. Now it's a 2v2. ParaVision have fought this back to even numbers. MHL primes himself over the top for triple. James is ready for that play. And Wildcard losing their perfect chance here on the reload. Zway steps forward. And it's a disaster here for Wildcard. They had a great opportunity to finally end this.
Oh my lord, that's one that slips away. Great advantage. You know, at the swing with the bomb, he had a teammate with him. At least there's that where it looked planned, but that does take so much time away from you getting that bomb planted and settled in. And ParaVision with the double op setup with 2 AWPs, never let Wildcard get comfortable enough to get it done. Hey, that's just the story, is it feels like ParaVision just doing enough in these overtimes. In regulation, it was Wildcard just barely hanging on. Now it's ParaVision clinging with their fingernails to this map.
There's Noda. Opening kill on Nemanja. Could be another one forced out here from ParaVision. Another overtime just around the corner. Wildcard going to be coming at B this time. Into Sway. Into Belchanok, who's close by too if he needs it. Shallow and Jay. Plenty of players available for a quick rotation at B bomb site. The bomb goes into the underpass. It's now underneath the window. And under a minute left.
Well, ParaVision's ready for this. Belchanok and Nota both playing, and both with the ability to react to any kind of window swing from Hext. Smoke top con. Wildcard's content with this position. They've got Hex going to back off and work their way over towards short. Nobody spotting for this angle. It's a double setup over at bench. Jame has the AWP there. Zwei gets one in tandem on the other side of the map. Synchronized AWPing, and all the kills fall into place. And we're going to have another overtime.
Here we go. Another one coming in from ParaVision. Wow, they really do get away with one in the previous round. Wildcard going to be kicking themselves about how many chances they let go here. If they don't win this map, it's going to be heartbreaking.
Well, we've touched on so many times the success of Wildcard over at the A bomb site. The guy who's been anchoring that most of this game, Belchanok. I mean, we're talking so much about the 43 kills on Rec. Hex, you know, climbing the scoreboard. He's got 34 on Jello as well. Belchanok down at 17. He's been the one primarily punished by all the attention towards the A bomb site and the variety of ways in which Rec has been able to just crack open the site.
21-21 the score. First to 25 now. Wildcard coming at this A bomb site. Direct hit straight away. Got to really get a player in sandwich.
Oh, I think they just mollied their own player in sandwich. I think a molly missed. Doesn't matter. Belchanok going to try and come through the smoke. He's dead. Didn't really feel like he had a different play. Flashed through and to his death. But there's Yellow with the equalizer. Bomb is being planted. It's going to be Zwei coming into CT spawn to hold on to that position and be there for the retake. Jame is going to pair up with him, and he's got a flashbang to activate him around the corner if he wants.
So he's just waiting for the time to strike. Nemanja inside a connector, gets the one off the stairs. Right peeks out as well. Shello to fall down. A 2v2 as ParaVision try to come both through CT spawn. Good shot from MHL. That's going to be Jame gone, leaving Zwei 1v2. AK out and spamming, running out of bullets, and now no time. Zwei can't win this. Wildcard will get themselves a 20-second round to play with. And another one towards the A side. And
this looks a little bit like silly Counter-Strike, because you don't really vision a world where like you can run a tactic like that off one of the top teams and actually have it work. But it's a product of the fact that Wildcard has made it work when people are inside the bomb site. So now you can get away. We've seen this trend in overtime of ParaVision playing most rounds of their defense retake, back at ticket, playing towards jungle. So Wildcard's just like, great. Now actually we don't have to do a full exec. We can just chuck that flashbang and get out and see if we can catch you off guard. You have more space to work with because of all the success you've had at this bomb site through the previous, what is it, 43 rounds of play now?
I have to do math now.
I know, we're about to hit 2 maps in 1. It's a 2-for deal today. The ParaVision special.
Something about ParaVision, they do love playing Counter-Strike. They'll play as much of it as they possibly can.
Can't get enough.
Every game of the group stages, every map, every round, need bonus rounds on top, every overtime.
Tell you what though, if you're hoping that you can improve your Mirage before the major, this is a nice little test case.
With a lot of rounds.
of pretty much every tactic you've got.
A lot of data now on the map. There's Naman, yep. Good opening. It's going to be a first frag found by Wildcard, but then Jame was in middle undetected and grabs his kill. But here comes the Wildcard, pushed into the B bomb site. Rec out the window, diving down with some speed towards Zwei. Rec is starting to slow down now. Zwei forcibly putting the brakes on him. MHL and Peeping with 2 kills apiece though, and Wildcard back into a position of power with Hext following up on Jame. It's now Belchanok left 1v3, slipping out of the market window. He's taking MHL down, and Peeping's gonna die too. It's gonna be a 1v1. Surely that nade bounce back. Oh, that nade has saved the day here for Wildcard. The fact that it bounces off the wall, but he's got another one.
I can't believe it.
That one surely gets him.
Yep.
No, Peeping is dodging them. And Hex arrives. Oh my God, how is Belchanok not got that kill with the nade?
What is happening in this game?
Oh,
what is happening? he missed the nade to such a crazy degree.
Lands there, it's a 1v1.
Yeah, and then it's 1v1, and the onus is on the wild card player to come out and get the bomb, and you've got all the advantages. Velchinok, I mean, look, we've all experienced it. Like, I'm not gonna say that nade miss is bad, but we've all been knocked off of our game by just having a tough sequence of events, and he's had to have a tough sequence of events for 44 rounds now.
Yeah, Hex is really catching up now as well to Wreck.
There you go.
There we go. Belchinok double kill, starting things. Jame off the top of the stairs. Hex sending 1 kill back onto Shello, but the bomb's over at A, so it doesn't really matter what he does here. MHL also getting spammed down, so a strong round win there for ParaVision.
Okay, well, we got one.
Just like we did in the last overtime.
I was going to say, I feel like this is the story of ParaVision's overtime is like, all right, well, at least we got one.
Well, we got one, so we can get another overtime.
They haven't had any chances to win the game in overtime.
Nope.
All their chances to win came in regulation. Now in overtime, yep, and now in overtime, it's been 5 chances for Wildcard across the 3 overtimes that we've played. So 22-23, he's back. Give him the hand talk. Different vibes on the ParaVision side of things. Jame and Dust2 talking with each other, trying to figure things out. Jame running an idea by the coach. Timeout's going to come to a close, so hope he got what he needed in that quick exchange. Op in the hands of MHL. No op for the T side on Jame. He wants all AKs.
And where are they going with this T round? Okay. So 2 players start over towards A, 1 at ramp, 1 at Palace here for ParaVision, 3 towards top mid. A number of times we've seen both teams elect to go for direct side executions out of spawn when it comes to the T side starts.
Yeah, none of them have been able to really make the defaults work with any crazy consistency. And I mean, when you keep just having success on the executes, ParaVision's at least kind of coming back and trying to make this work now. Jame and Note have done this a number of times, but what kind of success can they get from it here? There's smoke up in towards window, smoke and con again. James gonna hustle down. That's broken. A peek off catwalk from Peeping, and he's got one. James not ready for the trade. More aggression. Peeping is keeping him pinned down. James in a lot of trouble, and he loses the fight.
So Wildcard with 2 openers. Should be another one here as well. And Shello just walks right into its wreck. Can't lose this one if you're Wildcard. They're going to be on map point again.
2 more chances.
How many do you need before you finally round it out?
Well, this will be 6 and 7. 24-22. Claps from the coach. And freeze time's going to come down.
I just feel if you're the team that's just always getting to map point,
I know it's
you
like
gotta win it.
It's so much pressure on ParaVision. Like it just is like if every single overtime you're like, oh, got to do this. We got to win 2 in a row.
Another overtime
again.
Just to get another overtime. Let's do this all over again. I mean, if you're Wildcard, you just gotta take it. You just gotta go out there and take this round now. They're coming at the B bomb site. They've come at Hexed a couple of times. He's been able to step up even when he doesn't have the best weapon. And he's definitely been very strong here in overtime. He spots them, he blocks them. How many can he get? Spraying down, they're out the window. Shello's already in the side, smoke break. Hex gets nothing, not a single kill. That's gonna be ParaVision into the site, and that should be the round. Once you get 2 entries like that, there's just really such a difficult road ahead of you to get back into the round.
Yeah, you're gonna come see what you can find here if you're Wildcard, see if they're gonna give up any kills. MHL wants to prioritize the op, so I'll take it back. They're just gonna back away right out of the gate. Make sure the economy isn't gonna be an issue whatsoever in the last round. Okay, well, it falls to the 7th chance to close out the map. Where would you rank this, Dinko, in the ParaVision Wildcard versus the Nip Amkal saga?
Oh, this is way better Counter-Strike.
It's way better Counter-Strike.
Yeah, the Nip Amkal was like It was long. They had a lot of rounds.
It was,
but every single one of them was a punishment.
yeah.
This is a difference.
It was MR15 as well, if I remember.
Yeah, exactly. An overpass. Just throw out in the meat. No, this is obviously
much more exciting Counter-Strike, yes.
And it's great to see Wildcard really rising up to the occasion, the stakes of the game as well, trying to get that last spot in the playoffs.
It's just wild. It's wild seeing PVISION struggle like this. And it seems like to me, again, not taking anything away from Wildcard, but these are like self errors on the PVISION side. There's been so many curious rounds through this. Last round of the 4th overtime.
At this point, you know, if Wildcard somehow beat PVISION the whole series today, both teams who took forfeit losses versus FaZe, or forfeit wins rather, versus FaZe, will have made it to the playoffs.
FaZe is still the answer all along.
Now, we said the BS was over. Might be a little extra FaZe BS thrown into the competition at the last second, but here we go. PVISION once again going to be hitting this B bomb site. Difference is this time it's MHL with the AWP.
Yeah, that's the swap up. They're like, okay, well, if you want to do that, fine, we'll just put an AWP here. No commitment yet. It's going to be a cat play late for Noda. He's alone in middle. Jame going to be chucking out utility.
This shot from MHL, you really can't afford to miss those at this point in the game.
Didn't drop the smoke either.
He's dead. Nemanja at least getting a kill back. Peeping, rotating over. PVISION find a weakness on this B bomb site. Put the bomb down. Wildcard going for a retake attempt, but it's Jame with the first kill. Wreck to respawn. A 3v3. 2 players of Wildcard stuck inside of the market. A flank coming in from Hex. Can he be the savior? Jame has read it. He took damage, but he got the kill. And now a 3v2 with PVISION look to push us into more rounds of Counter-Strike. PVISION do not give up. They do not die. And this is getting a little ridiculous.
Yeah, this game is never ending. 5th overtime incoming. And you can even see after the round win just a slight smile down the line from the PVISION guys, because even they are just like, this is getting ridiculous that nobody can win this game. They've struggled closing it in regulation. Now Wildcard having issues closing it out in overtime. And we got another one coming at you. 24-24. We go again. AK-47s for PVISION's attack. You have the AWP in the hands of MHL. Aren't we supposed to get beer when it goes this late?
Yeah,
I always see beer pictures from the
yeah.
arenas. Do you not do that at the studios? It's just those ones?
Yeah, and the group stage as well. You know? I wouldn't mind that though.
The PGL thing.
Another one. Yeah, just make it clear, we're not opposed to the idea. It's map 1 of the series 2, Jason. We could have plenty more coming your way, guys.
It's a little bit crazy to think about. Dust2 is going to be coming up next, potentially, maybe. This might just go on forever. Very slow round from PVISION, just passing the 1 minute mark. We got Noda and Jame taking mid control as usual, paired up with Yellow and Zwei coming in through the underpass. Now they have control. Main thrust going to be coming up con. There's 3 defenders at the B bomb site for Wildcard, so it leaves Rek having to overextend and push through the smoke. Part of the reason that cheat is there is because Nemanja had position in Palace saying, okay, nobody's here. They're not coming A. But never with information in middle.
Oh, great double out of Palace. That suddenly gives Wildcard a player advantage to work with, and Nemanja stays alive in Palace, so he's still a threat, something they have to worry about. So they're going to throw utility in, try and keep him back, and here come the rest of Wildcard running through CT. It's Peeping straight away, entering the kill feed. Noda with 2 of his own. Hex and Peeping both fall down, and they know about the Palace player. They know about him, but MHL's on the defuse. He's going to hold it, comes off it now with the nade clearing the smoke. James spamming away, but not taking him down. Noda gets rid of Nemanja. And MHL also on 32 HP is no longer on that defuse and goes into the open of 4K from Noda to kick off overtime.
All right, worrying. Nemanja gets that double kill, and all of a sudden it feels like it's going to be doable again. PVISION just pulling out a tactic that Wildcard hadn't seen before, which is just mass bodies through con. 4 players from PVISION coming up with some aggression. And Wildcard's defense more suited towards Palace, towards ramp, and obviously stacking the B bomb site when they felt that nobody was attacking into A. They were mistaken, and even with the double kill, even with the 4-on-3 advantage for Wildcard, PVISION's able to outlast them in a retake. good signs considering its struggles in the retakes that have put PVISION in this position to begin with.
Just running up. Cello going to be knocked off his perch. We've got Noda responding again. He's really starting to step up over the last couple of rounds. Hex inside of the smoke. Sway's detected him and taken him away from the defenses. Nemanja trying to step out, but the clothesline is laid out for him, and he's hung out to dry.
PVISION's going to win this.
Yeah, just the way they've leveled up here.
PVISION's going to win this overtime here. I already can tell the style that they've switched into. I think there had to have been a conversation coming to this. This has been like more like an FPL game. This is, I think, James just being like, you know what, the tactics aren't really working. I'll call some loose things, but guys,
just shoot.
Yeah, FPL, we're better than these guys.
No,
That's the style.
No. It's going to be such a heartbreaking finish on this map if Wildcard don't win it. You just think of all the chances that they've had to finally get this over the line, how hard they've had to fight to get it to map point in so many of these overtimes for it to be cruelly stolen away. But I feel like that's James' specialty. Like, if he had to activate an ultimate, it's destroy hopes and dreams of underdog team when they think they're going to win versus me. I just remember when Saul were finally, after years of playing since 2009, Muteris is about to qualify for his first ever major, and James gets a last-second defuse that ruins that dream. Like, he's just got so many moments like that over the years. Here's one more added to the tally coming up if they close this, but Rex not going down without a fight. Two picked up, Cello and Noda alongside Nemanja, and you've got that opening. You've got a 4v2 here for Wildcard.
Bet he wishes his superpower was winning in regulation.
Nah, something tells me he doesn't. Yeah, he's just, with the amount of times he gets us into these situations.
All right, well, Zwei has the bomb. 2 versus 4, recoverable. This is still, ooh, this is, okay, was he spotted? Yeah, he was. He's gonna have to come back. Nice idea from Belshanock to do the long wraparound with 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock, but now that he's been spotted, that idea is kind of cooked. It's kind of over. However, I think with that spot, Wildcard might think the bomb is there too. So wisely, Zwei doesn't throw the Molotov to give away his position. If Belshanock gets this kill, you might force some movement.
Peeping gets one. Sway's there's just nowhere to go. Too low, too many opponents, and retreating as Wildcard are going to take 25. So, yeah, I mean, the first couple of rounds of this overtime, Jason, absolutely looking like PVISION. We're starting to run over the top of them, but great to see Wildcard show some stopping power.
Switch sides yet again. Well, you mentioned it. Rek has been cooling down. He got up to 40 kills, I think, in the first overtime, so he's on 49 at the moment. But, I mean, he carried this team to wait for Peeping to show up and have a few more impactful rounds, for Hex to start activating. His effort early on in this map has not gone unwasted, and the rest of his teammates have rewarded him by showing up to play when he started cooling off. PVISION used their timeout in overtime. That comes to its conclusion. Round 52 set to begin.
Let's see what Wildcard call. Like, this is a real test for an inexperienced team. You know, this deep in the game, where you go, who keeps coming up with the ideas, and it's going to be quicker into middle. Going to send some of their forces straight down here. They've occupied mid almost instantly. And because of that, they can move up with the cover of the smoking connector and put pressure on Cello. He's just not ready. Gets blasted by the AWP. Now, Zwei knows what's coming at him. He just steps into the open. Now, he could have bought some time for that rotation to arrive, but the fact that he dies so quickly...
Well, it takes away your ability to actually get out of market, is what it does.
Yeah. And it just leaves your teammates in a really tough spot here. A 3v4 retake of this B bomb site. All players coming through market.
Oh, smoked off, blinded, shot by the op. James got to run away.
Tight game again.
Yeah, you don't want to rebuild it. You don't want to rebuy this AWP quite yet. 26-26, 28 is the winning number.
Are Wildcard going to do it again? Are they going to get to map point again? This is even after losing the first 2 rounds of this overtime.
They took the op away, so they very well could. That op is going to have to get passed over to James by a different teammate, and then PVISION is going to be under some pressure to win this round, or else you have economic implications for the final one. So op again comes out. M4s otherwise for PVISION. Op and AKs for Wildcard. Fast rounds, though. Window smoke and smoke at the base of Catwalk to allow for mid-control on Wildcard side. That's going to be MHL and Peeping working in tandem there. Nemanja in position at the underpass with Rek paired up with him. It's Hext watching for any kind of Palace aggression from ParaVision CT side, but they haven't played it too aggressive of a CT side.
Right, Wildcard going to be drifting back over towards A. Looking like they're going to have a finish here with the remaining pieces of utility that they've got. You'll have Nemanja trying to activate a lurk out through underpass. Try and deal some damage coming up through connector. Also assisting with some utility. Window smoke to deny information and try and keep attentions drawn away from what is going to be this hit towards the A site. Utility is now put in place. Shello stands on top of the wood, waiting for a Palace peek.
This is, give Belashanok one good A-hold. Give him one.
He's blinded.
No one's watching
Pulls
Palace.
back towards default. Yep, paranoid about Palace for good reason. There is a player up there, but it's Shello delivering 2 kills from under the wood. Peeping and Reich both gone. Those are 2 players that were finding some heavy impact when it comes to the A entry. So Hex is going to have to filter in. He's done well. He's still a problem out from Palace, but his teammates are all gone. So Hex can't really do anything from that point onwards. So ParaVision with a strong hold of that A site, and it is ParaVision for the first time in overtimes getting up to map point.
Yeah, their first chance since overtime started. It's so brutal, but now you got to just seize it. That's what James saying in this freeze time is just like, it's taken us 5 overtimes to get to a chance where we can actually win this game here. Let's capitalize. Let's not send this. Let's not have this go to a 6th overtime. Let's put him away now. Move on to Dust2.
Well, here comes the bomb and the pack of wildcard players leaning heavily towards the B bomb side, but 2 of them going to go down into the underpass. You've got James defending B. 4-man stack in this round for ParaVision towards the A site. Utilities flying in towards the B bomb site, but it's going to be a bit of a ruse. Nota holding. Oh, he's got the kill on Nemanja, and we've got Hex going down as well. It has been a valiant attempt from Wildcard, but it looks like it's going to be a heartbreaking finish here on Mirage. 1 kill away from 50 for Rek. MHL's taking 1 kill back with a grenade. We have seen Wildcard throughout this map be able to pull these situations back. Even when they're behind on players, they have found answers, and they have to do it again.
Okay, Zway's just closed the biggest gap in this defense, which was once again that murder hole walk towards CT spawn and into market into the B bomb site. He's closed that, so no opportunity for it. Wildcard was in position, backed out of window. They've left Peeping there in the ladder room just to be a nuisance in the middle of the map for the rotations. But the entry on James is going to be what they're looking for.
James waits. Watching the cross. Here's the collateral, but not bringing them down. So Wildcard still able to move forward, still able to fight, but James is taking them down. 1 by 1, they will fall, but finally, James is gone. Rek will get his 50th kill, but it's not looking like this performance is going to be enough. ParaVision are still there reckoning, and MHL will fall on Mirage. It is ParaVision to come out on top of a marathon game. All the rounds required. We head to the bonus rounds, and ParaVision finally getting Mirage.
Look at that. Dustin having words with some of his players right after that, getting a little bit angry. Okay, boys, that was...
ParaVision step it up a gear, though. You know, like, Wildcard, great performance. Fantastic work out of them, but it's just got to be so heartbreaking and deflating to get it so close to the finish line so many times and then still have it ripped out of your hands right at the end.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you bounce back from that mentally. I don't know if Rek is going to be able to have another 50-kill game and Hex to catch up and, you know, Peeping even breaking 30. So I think it's just hard to see how Wildcard are going to get that recipe again, and I do feel like ParaVision eventually are just going to edge out this series.
Well, and I think this is a map also that's going to lend itself. I feel like a lot of those rounds on Mirage, I watched ParaVision on the T side where like James and Nota were working in mid, the other 3 players either at B or A like doing nothing for like 30, 40 seconds to a minute. Dust2 is a map where everyone's got a play they can make where they are. We know they like to get aggressive and test the mid double doors. We know Nota's going to come out and challenge that. Yellow's going to be there a couple times as well. So there's a little bit more options here for ParaVision. I think the offense can get rolling a little bit quicker.
Well, Sway Hulk Okay, instantly deleted. Just 2 melt away in front of his crosshair. And that bomb plant's coming in over towards the A side.
Yeah, and PVISION love that aggression towards short. That's just like, oh, great. They're actually pushing and crunching in middle. Perfect. We'll just escalate. We'll speed up towards long, and we'll get in and get the bomb planted. Jumping up on the boxes. Rek is going to make his move. He got the 50 kills on Mirage. This time going to get shut down in the pistol.
Trying to get back in here, MHL. Oh, he's done well. He's grabbed Shello. He's knocked him out of there. Second kill from MHL. And now Nota all of a sudden holding on, but the kill comes in from Hex, and he gets to the defusal. Fist bumps are coming in.
Yeah, he's
comfortable on the stick. And that's going to be Wildcard somehow picking up this pistol round.
Not a great sign seeing PVISION struggle with the post plant right out of the gate in the pistol. That was one of the key features on Mirage that like kind of lended itself to Wildcard being able to force us into overtime. But at least you get the bomb plant. We'll see if that shapes up as time goes on. Some nice shooting from Wildcard as well. Have to give some credit. MHL hit some absolute bangers. This one right here, obviously turning to get this one over at long. Jello can't complete the kill. MHL just a beast down the stretch, and Hex finishes it off. So pistol round for Wildcard. We got 2 Galils, a Scout, and 2 Tech 9s for PVISION. Very patient opening from PVISION as well. James just jump spotting the Scout, taking a shot earlier through the double doors to his position. Now going to start sliding in. 3 players top mid, 2 players huddled around Xbox and lower B. They've got full kits of utility, so I mean they can go through the whole motions of forcing back catwalk if they want before descending into this, but it looks like they just want to get, you know, right into the action. So they're going to walk out and play contact. That's why you don't use the FAMAS, kids.
Yeah, it sucks. There we go. Finally, Jason's turned against the FAMAS. Took a while, but we're there now. The Galil is superior as well. We're going to get to see Zwei wield that alongside Belchanok. So you lose the pistol round, but you get to go force buy, and now you've got an opening kill. But Hex could unravel all that success. He's come through at a pretty good time to catch the jumping player, and it's Zwei who tries to mount the Xbox, who ends up getting caught.
Interesting. What do you do now? Nota does get the kill on peeping eventually. MHL's got to slide out towards long, but his attention's taken. He's going to go down. It's just a matter of when, because he's getting pinched out from long. There he goes, and now Nemanja has to fight in this direction. 1 kill is his. Another low HP player there, and Jello doesn't want to mess with the jumping M4, so it takes him a second to get the bomb planted. A 2-on-3. This is unconfirmed damage for the most part, but they're still going to go for it and test.
Next, up on top. Okay, that's why you use the FAMAS.
That's why you use the FAMAS.
Yeah, really good work from Hex, making it look stylish. Now we've got Nota 6 HP.
It's over.
Yeah, it's planted behind the boxes. You got a smoke as well. Nota 6 HP, and they've got too much health for that grenade to really do anything. So that'll end up being a second round for Wildcard. Had to fight hard for it in the end.
Well, nice flank from Hex and tunnels. That 1 kill helped even things up a little bit. The real thing is, well, excuse me, the FAMAS was able to get the job done at the A-bomb site.
All right, there's 2 ways of looking at it. I know I came in with a negative stance.
Sure.
I was saying, you know, Wildcard, the way they lose that is so heartbreaking. Does it shatter their mentality? But I guess there's another way of looking at it. And as if you're positive, you know, you can say, oh, look, we rise to the level of PVISION today. You know, we played them real close. We had so many chances to win that. Like, well, surprise yourself with your level and then focus on the positives, I guess.
This is where we have this conversation. I mentioned it earlier during the previous map, kind of the events that these teams had been to. Philadelphia, Miami for Wildcard, Urban Riga Open, Radio Popular Roman Imperium Cup, and now PGL Bucharest 2026. So this is their Super Bowl. Right? Like this is the big event for them to like kind of show what they've got. The first time this year where it's like we actually get to test ourselves and show the world what we can do against a tier 1 team. So they're going to be locked in and focused this whole time. It's not, I think, more for Wildcard. I think it's the length of that Mirage game. That could be something they struggle with, especially if this series goes to 3 maps. Maybe it shows up later on in Dust2 in the second half. But the kind of exhaustion from playing that long of a game and like the mental drain it takes on your focus, that's what I'm curious to see if it slips on the Wildcard side. Tick of the Molotov gets a sound cue, so the defense comes hustling back, but Nota recognizes that situation as well, so he wants to challenge, keep him pinned down, and he will. 2 kills, 3 kills in quick succession. And, whoop, in return as well, Nemanja with the MP9.
Okay.
Why not?
Yep. Well, that has just completely thrown a spanner to the works here for ParaVision. They now have to recover this, and they don't have the bomb in their possession.
ParaVision just can't like get anything going their way that they could just like hang on to. There's always a rebuttal. That's kind of what you were just touching on right there. Wildcard able to step up against this team whenever they've been when required to.
Well, you got a lot of time at least for this recovery mission.
Yeah, but he knows he has the bomb down. I'm curious the mid to B smoke. Here we go towards Catwalk. A clash as they turn the corner.
Yeah, James taking Hex away. It's got to be an ace now for Nemanja, and he's going to handle it! He's got it! All 5 kills, an ace on the wild card, and that's exactly what he was hoping for.
Holy hell, the MP9 jump up for a triple kill, and those shots with the Galil are incredible. Just pinpoint precision. Here's the recovery. All of his teammates have gone down. No one from ParaVision ready for that. Nade pulled on the 3rd player, but those 2 shots are no chance for Zwei and James. Starting out slow, force buying into round 4 as well.
Oh, yep. You're not gonna see that ParaVision you wanted to see, Jason. You just come in locked in. You're not gonna see the ParaVision who is going to dismantle their opponents quickly and easily at this event. We're just not going to see it.
I know, it's it is like the classic like heavy favorite kind of a situation, right? First map, a little bit of a struggle, goes in overtime, you win it, and then you come in on the second map, and it's like, all right, enough's enough. So this was real, it's been fun, but it's not happening yet.
I mean, our desk were highlighting the fact that they keep going to these 2 maps. They're just losing them. Like, ParaVision just struggling. You know, lost to 3D Max on Dust2 yesterday, 13-9. Trying to get out into the B bomb site. Good extra kill here for Nemanja as well. And we end up with just James.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting, well, hold the phone. Flashbang comes in, James gets off the plant, dinked up down to 4 HP. He can't do it against the MP9, not at all. Yeah, it'd be interesting to talk to them and see what the kind of, I don't know if they'd give it to us, because I have the kind of the idea that they're kind of they're still trying to practice some of these maps in the lead up to the major, right? Like this is all being used as getting officials to get you more experience on these maps so you can have a deeper and more effective map pool once you get into Cologne for the major. And to be honest with you, even the struggles on Mirage and even the ones we've seen early on Dust2, I don't necessarily think are entirely map related, right? It's like the post plants that they were screwing up. It's like awkward peaks that we're not normally seeing them make. It's overextending in different situations that they don't normally do. That's where I think the drop off is at the moment, is just ParaVision, I think individually have made some bad choices and some critical moments in this game, at least in Mirage.
James trying to get through the mid doors. A little flasher on the corner here from Shello just to make sure that it got some short control. And ParaVision have moved through and taken the space that they would like towards Cat as soon as they round this corner. And they'll realize Wildcard actually letting them have it. They don't mind playing this back from the ramp because they have got MHL's AWP over here. It can be a real threat to this ParaVision attack. They have nothing to combat it. They have 1 flashbang.
Ooh. Here it comes. Good shot from MHL. Not blinded at all. Second kill as well.
Yeah, just easy pickings there for MHL. And now if you're ParaVision, you're down to 2 players, one of which is 90 HP. You're no closer to a bomb plant at all. So while you're eventually getting that kill on Rec, you've got one of the wildcard players in middle, and Hex will still win that fight regardless. So Zwei not going to take even a step closer to that bomb site. Got to be very happy with this start to Dust2 if you're wildcard. And
yeah,
probably even more disappointed about the Mirage loss now as well.
Yeah, you know, that kind of point that you made earlier about like having that kind of like looking at the positive angle and saying like, okay, we at least showed we can compete with them like that. There's some reality to that, because I mean, if I'm the coach, that's my halftime speech as well, right? When you go out there, I'm not focusing on tactics. I'm just saying, guys, we just took what you said, the eighth ranked team in the world to 5 overtimes, right, and lost it by 1 round. We got 50 kills on Rec. Like, you know, that is what you're emphasizing, is that these guys aren't as good as you probably made it out to be before you stepped into the server. That now that you've played a map inside the server with them, you can have the confidence to challenge them on the next map in the series that you might not have previously had. So Wildcard really digging deep in these first 5 rounds. That's a second timeout from PVISION burned real early on.
Yeah, 5-0 start for Wildcard. We got PVISION now with weaker weapons again. Down to a Mac 10 for Shello, Tech 9s for the rest. Wildcard should be taking 6 in a row here. Although these are the kind of rounds of PVISION somehow do end up winning this one. They can kind of kickstart you back into the half. Haven't really shown that they're going to get close to those yet, though.
I mean, it can do. Just doesn't feel like, I don't know. My faith right now has been shaken in PVISION for the day after the show on Mirage.
Especially in this round in particular, because you got 3 CTs on the B-bomb site with superior weapons. There's surely no way you're going to be able to break through.
Yeah, well, one's going to bait at double doors, and then you're going to try and set them up for Rec to spray a few people down to the boxes. But if that doesn't go according to plan, it can get a lot more dangerous. Deep nade in towards the B tunnels. Still no progression yet from PVISION. Just sliding out mid now. Here's the smoke towards CT spawn. Nemanja now joins up towards window.
Yeah, gonna Molly try and slow that progression, at least damage them as he walks in towards Rec, and there's just so many targets over towards B. They're just not gonna break through here. It is very easy rounds here for Wildcard.
Here's the thing too, I bet that Wildcard probably last night did more prep on Dust2 than they did on Mirage on their own map pick, right? They probably felt a little bit more comfortable, looked into things, but I bet Dust2, they have some like direct plans, like just ready to go here. Ooh, talking some smack. Here we go.
MHL shouting over at Jane. I mean, they're starting to feel confident.
You know, if there's one person you're not going to crack, it's James. Go at someone else. Go at Belshanock. He had a really rough first map. He's starting out 0-6. That's the target if you're going to talk some smack.
Yeah, someone who's not having a rough start. Nemanja right now 10-2, 7-3 on MHL, 7-2 on Hexed. Great stuff from Wildcard. Now, I said it's unlikely to see Rec replicate his success from the first map. But if the rest of his teammates are going to show up instead, then fair enough. That works out.
He hasn't had to have the same performance in the first map, right? His performance had to claw them back into the game. Yeah. And you got the rest of your team firing, and Nemanja performing the way he is. Yeah, you can have a little bit of a chill start. Minute and 17 seconds on the clock. Jello has just reached Xbox down mid. Once again, we're lining up for what looks, at least for the moment, to be a mid to B split. Jello's going to clear out close for right now. Mid to B smoke is up. Now moves the protocol of pushing back catwalk.
You know, something we talked about yesterday with PVISION versus 3Max was how often 3Max were able to limit the AWP coming out in James' hands. Playing with the rifle again here. So we'll see what they can do with all 5 AKs. They're going to be heading towards this B-bomb side again. Impenetrable in the last round. PVISION are hoping for a very different result this time around.
Might not be so lucky. Wildcard just cleared mid with a flashbang. Rex saw there was no one home. Now he is shifting back closer to the A bomb site, so further away from a rotation. He'll have to deal with the lurk and Noda as well if he wants to be able to get involved and support the B hit. But Nemanja's got a good position with an AK.
Oh, Hex. Good work from down inside of the site. He's got plenty of options for cover here. Molotov gonna come towards him, 10 seconds, just trying to run that clock a little bit longer. Rec trying to come in and stop that bomb from feeling safe, and he will do exactly that. So fantastic work out of Rec and Hex, again combining just to be that powerful duo here for Wildcard.
Interesting that Noda didn't try and stop Rec at all from crossing throughout all that. I thought he would have been a little bit more aggressive on that lurk out mid, but I guess this was one of the rounds he chose to focus more towards short, more towards a long flank. There was a pressure from Peeping, who did step in towards the long cave earlier in the round, so that might have been what caused Noda to kind of have his focus in that direction rather than middle, but Rec getting over that fast and being able to pop in just as soon as Hex goes down is just a death sentence. 7-0. PVISION getting goose-egged.
There's not a golden goose.
Not at all.
Just a regular old goose.
Well, you could tell PVISION want to establish some success at the B bomb site before they look elsewhere.
Well, there's finally a kill. Finally a clean entry. Nemanja just goes in. MHL's AWP's connected, shutting them down. Smoke comes in a little bit late. And that'll end up being a 2v3. Now, you have got MHL on 4 HP. Rec now on 29. Bomb not planted, though, for PVISION.
Yeah, and when do you want to begin this retake? Do you try and time it with the bomb tap? Do you try and get... Ooh!
Oh, that's a nice little steal away there from Zwei.
Ooh.
And even better as Rec is baited in through the window. So MHL, you are going to step up next, and Zwei has some fun.
Okay, so... Yeah. Don't even have to do the retake.
Yeah, there you go. One by one through the window to their death.
One way to accomplish it. 6-round lead now. PVISION get their first round on the board. Finally, timeout from the CT side from Wildcard to talk things over. PVISION have already used 2 of theirs, so I can't imagine there's a world in which Dust2 uses his final timeout in this half, but happy to take advantage of Wildcard calling one right now, because they're looking to make sure that PVISION can't string 2 together and start building into this half. Ten kills on Zwei for the PVISION side, but we still haven't... It's been very grouped up from Jame, this calling so far on Dust2. That's where I wonder if maybe like Mirage has put him in like had him lose some of the confidence that his players could take some initiative and make some things happen. But everything has been grouped up to start. Maybe partially because they wanted to establish that success at the B bomb. So let's see if they spread out now and go for a few different plays across the map. I think also Thorn made a good point on Twitter that I liked between the maps as well, talking about like James calling stuff. Oh, hold the phone. There could be some action soon. I'll get to Thorn in just a second.
Peeping, pushed up to the telephone pole. He's going to have a push coming in towards him now. And I think he's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, but you can't necessarily easily fall back because that peak could come in at any time. And you also have MHL making sure that he's blocking the lower tunnels push. And he's going to get his reward for being patient. Steps of the CT running away as well. MHL catches the peak, punishes it, and gives the opening here to Wildcard.
Lovely shot and a great protocol to just back away and fall off.
You're saying about Thorn? I think we're going to take a while to get into this one.
Yeah, he was saying like James' calling style, because it's a tactical and cerebral and map control and pull you across the map, it sort of requires that the team on the other side is like going through like protocols that he's expecting, like protocols that are used at the professional level. We talk a lot about how sometimes individuals have a tough time performing at lower levels of competition because decisions are different. Same for the team.
Well, Flash goes up on the palm tree and PP sends himself forward with it. Belchinok to trade him, so 1 for 1 and a 4v3 advantage here for Wildcard. 30 seconds on the clock. And for now, PVISION just paranoid about long, and for a good reason. 2 players over here for Wildcard, and Jame is edging ever closer. This is going to plant for short. Now Belchinok can just drop back. Once that bomb comes in, he can play from short around the corner if he desires, or he can try and help Jame. With Belchinok going down, not much help at all to Jame, really.
Zwei has to activate soon, but there's a Molotov in his face. Round's over. He wanted to push out CT and punish the rotation, but with the Molotov and double doors, he can't get involved.
Well, we're getting closer to round wins now for PVISION. We're getting bomb plants now. But yeah, I mean, this is obviously a great response for Wildcard after losing a round, immediately answering back with 4 players staying up.
Well, fortunately, because they won a round with a lower buy and were able to salvage an upgrade to some weapons, they have a lot of cash in the bank. So another rebuy is coming in. Op is out in the hands of Jame. That's how it began. Nice kill from Peeping, but it's Nemanja who's had such great impact in this game so far. Beautiful shot from him to activate Hexed up the boxes, and then this final player of Zwei just had nothing to do. PVISION have no answers. I said I was going to be surprised if Dust2 used his 3rd time out in this half. He's just used it. So obviously we could tell from the scoreboard things are going wrong, but even just further information that something silly is going on inside the PVISION camp. So freeze time will come to a close. Round 10. And ParaVision still haven't figured this out whatsoever, where they can find impact. Jame, he's been good on the cross all week. This time a narrow miss as Nemanja is able to make it over safely.
This is really so unexpected. The way Wildcard are just destroying ParaVision right now on the second map.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of it, right? Because like Mirage was equally unexpected with the way they were fighting back and challenging and constantly having answers. And now that it's happening in back-to-back maps, now that you see this domination, it's like, okay.
And Mitchell waiting for that long push coming out. Flash arrives, but he still takes the shot. And Belch not moved on the first timing. Now Jamie's ready to punish. Now Peeping needs one, and he just can't get it. So at least ParaVision have won out the long fight.
Rek needs to make a decision if he wants to fight long or short, and he's going to have to fight short as they're the first one swinging out. He needs this kill quick and clean.
Yeah, he has got it. He's just not ready for that second player because he was worried about the long timing. He didn't have any support to feel comfortable focusing solely on short. So the site has been taken. Hex now arriving on the rotation. Bomb isn't planted yet, so he can still be a bit of a nuisance. They just don't have the utility to make that plant difficult. So you can just put it down behind the boxes straight away here. Nemanja going to move up. This is very sneaky, but the problem is you got a player like Goose, and you're obviously so focused on the player you know about, standing on default. So Hex just has to fall back, has to save the weapon, and a second round for ParaVision.
They're going to look to get some exits on the way out, but James is here with the op to try and punish that peak. He heads back towards pit, so Hex is going to have his shot. Two players crossing, and just decides to give it up. Values his own money more. So second round for ParaVision. On a recovery mission, just carve out enough rounds to play with and give them some breathing room when they switch sides at half. Now on 2.
If he can get, if ParaVision can get themselves 4 rounds here, then it's still doable. But that feels like the minimum, right?
Yeah, it's doable, and I mean, I think you can almost kind of call it excellent in the context of being down what 8-1 at one point. You know, like 6-0 at one point.
On the smoke, the cross, get across without Jame tagging you, and oh, Jame being tagged from his teammate. I don't know why he's giving a little love tap there, but
some weird things going on in the ParaVision camp right now. Like I was just on a different player last turn. They threw like the standard pop flash to activate short, and it was a smoke instead. So he just plumed in the middle of short. So they're just like messing up nades, messing up utility. Like there's some focus slipping. Aggression in B tunnels for Wildcard CT side.
okay, here goes the rifle stepping forward, making a step. Sway completely alerted to that. He's not going to step out too far and give Nemanja an easy chance on that AWP to trade it back, but Nemanja will go and hunt it down regardless. Sway was trying to leave and he dies, so now they accelerate up through short. They know they're up against a double up setup now. They know 2 ops on the field, and they're going to be just charging out through short. There's one of the ops gone. Peeping sent to the Shadow Realm by Nota, and that's the site taken, overwhelmed, and will be planted. So a third round for ParaVision as you head into the last round of the half. 8-4, a real possibility now.
That's a sharp aim I feel like we've been missing more often than not from guys like Nota, from guys on the ParaVision side of things. Just beautiful shooting as he gets out long. That's a disgusting double kill. So quick. Running through the Molotov as well just to take that fight. And money's gone for Wildcard right at the tail end. So the AWP and the M4 is going to be the biggest weapons they have to fight with in the next round. So critical, they keep them alive. Losing bonus is awful. It's at 1900. So around these 2 saved weapons, likely upgraded pistols with utility. ParaVision closed the gap. Now a 5-round lead for Wildcard. 8-3 into the final round of the half. And we see what kind of a bye Wildcard can scrape together. X buys Nemanja a FAMAS, who in return drops a 5.7, so an extra rifle in the field. And we go live to close out the half. ParaVision sending 4 players immediately towards the B-bomb site. There's a tag from Jame on the cross. Nemanja's going to hear the footsteps. I don't think ParaVision's going to be slowing down. Smoke coming in now, and that's the signal to pause.
Yep, a hold.
We see ParaVision do this all the time when they send massive bodies. It's like, okay, if they don't smoke, we're just going to walk in. If they do smoke, we'll just call it off and go elsewhere. However, they're bottlenecked now because of the lower aggression. Nobody's there to trade with Jello. Nobody's there to support with utility. And I think now ParaVision's probably feeling like the B hit is their only option.
Yeah, well, Hexter's got a little 5-7 out, taking it for a spin, but just gets trampled as they make their way into the B site.
What?
Oh, that's a little bit of luck. MHL right through the smoke and the door has connected on towards Nota. That has given Wildcard a player advantage in the last round of the half. In a retake, they must go for it. They're hoping this boost kinetic kill on Belchenok as well. They spot him, they spam him down, but they're not connecting. Just don't backtrack Belchenok into that scope.
You gotta wait, you gotta buy time for Peeping to get on this flank. He's only got a 5-7, it's gonna be hard to manage, but you need to have that second front available to you, so don't die until he's prepared.
He's also the player with utility. He's got a Molotov and a flash. Okay, here they go. Ready at the window. James rifle. Oh, goes out for the peek. He's not going to just sit back and wait for you to come to him. Peeping's got his frag, but Sway on the double. Now they know where Peeping's coming from. He's running them down. Time is running thin, but both headshots there for Peeping. But is the time there for him? And he's running away. There's no time, and it will be a 4th round secured by ParaVision.
Lovely shooting, but had to run to pick up the kit, so just not enough time for the defuse. Heartbreaker at the end. But Wildcard do kind of make the retake look doable, or they do actually kind of get the kills. 4 of the last 5 for ParaVision. This half was a disaster up until round 8, and then finally ParaVision started rolling with things. Just comes so late in the day, and now you hope they can carry that over to the CT side. And again, we'll just say this, I mean, throughout this group stage where they've played so many Dust2s, James AWP has been so influential, especially on the CT side. So let's see if the captain can get that weapon out as soon as humanly possible and bring it to bear to bring his team back into this game. Jello ends the half with 1 kill. Belchenok ends the half with 2 kills. Fragging has just been an issue.
That's so mental. Yeah, just unfortunate for Wildcard not being able to get in on this last round in time. Peeping. Great clutch in terms of getting the kill. It's just, yeah, just sad he just didn't have the time for it. 8-4. Let's see, ParaVision, really important to win this pistol round, obviously.
I think they could still come back even without it, but it's going to make their life a whole lot easier. Yeah, you got that one right. Molotov out towards short.
Here's Yellow up towards top middle. Drop it back. Aggressive play doesn't result in a kill.
Got the information they wanted, and ParaVision's going to be well aware of this, what this utility means. They ran the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, we heard in the break there with the interviews Paulo was doing, the players talking about how they're running out of ammo in these USPs only. And
Vizinho talked about how he breaks the vent window and then reloads, and then breaks the window at the B-bomb site and then reloads. Is like the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Just Counter-Strike muscle memory.
Exactly, and you probably hate yourself after every time you do it. Like, I've just done it again. All right, Nota got the Julies out. Belchenok's got dual kills though, but they're gonna start falling away and they're resetting. But Wildcard are down to 2 players. One of them's half HP. I just don't know how you win this round.
Yeah, well, I mean, ParaVision's tracking you the whole way as well. So even though they might not necessarily be a stop you from getting into the bomb site, you may be able to get a plant. The retake is going to be coming in 4-on-2. So Rek is going to try and stay short. We'll take the risk that no one's over at long. Hasn't peeked. Oh, now he spots him. Now he spots him scaling. They're not as well, not holding him back whatsoever. Peeping does go down. 1v3.
Yeah, going to be tough for Rek here. It's going to be so many targets. As soon as he peeks around the corner, it's going to be the dual Berettas to take him down. And all right, ParaVision, there you go. That's the pistol round to kick off this second half. Can start closing this gap rapidly. Now, there is a bomb plant for Wildcard, which means they can get a good force buy in the next round. So you still have an opportunity to try and slow this down for ParaVision. But if you fail to win this next round, then ParaVision are absolutely back in this game.
Yeah, they will be. Great shooting from Belchenok. He had that tough half on Mirage CT side at the A bomb site that just felt like it was getting overrun round after round. Here he delivers you 2 great kills. Had a slow start on Dust2. But maybe that success in the pistol round in the opening round of the second half can fire him up moving forward. James has the AWP. And he's going to have the pick early. They did not expect that.
I have Rek already running out long up the street, trying to force those ParaVision players back. They will fall back. They don't want to give any opportunity over to Wildcard. But look at this play from Nemanja. He's already through middle. This could pull one of these kills back. Oh, but he gets spotted from the door, and he's going to be so frustrated that he had moved through. He thought he had found the way.
I love the risk. I really do. I love that risk that you've taken there. Like, you know, you can't account for everything. Sure, maybe he could have looked at the double doors and gotten lucky with a shot, but
you got to make a play like that in a round like this.
Yeah, 4v5 with only pistols. The only thing you can do is backstab at the V-bomb site to get your team into it, because now Belshanock, this is going to be easy picking. Double spray down as the smoke pops at the entrance, and Peeping has got nowhere to go with this AK-47. Second round investment, or 14th round investment, does absolutely nothing for Wildcard.
Which is exactly what ParaVision love to see, because you haven't lost a player in this round. You're building up money. Wildcard have nothing. They didn't even really save enough to have a good opportunity in the next round.
Yep.
So everything is kind of lining up right now for ParaVision to play themselves back into this game after a terrible start on Dust2.
Yeah, you've nailed that. They're in the best possible position that they could have created. Especially if they take and recover this AK-47, which is going to happen.
Yep, now it gets even better. You've got an AK on the CT side. So everything kind of going great for ParaVision. Now you've got an AWP out for Jame, you've got AKs on the CT side. This is where what we were talking about in that first half, where you see a favorite get a close game, you're like, did you edge it out in overtime in the first map? Then this is the point where ParaVision can take over. This is the moment. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen now. They can put up just a huge wall of CT defense.
And the AWP is out early. You mentioned it. Some of the Dust2 games, we've seen teams able to delay the amount, like when that AWP can come out for Jame. Not today. He gets it out in round 2. And as you mentioned, with the money growing, he'll build up some cash to be able to afford it down the road if he ever loses it. Well, we have this Glock round. Can touch back on Counter-Strike muscle memory.
Oh, yeah?
There used to be in like 1.6, way back in the day. I think it started in like 1.3. The Deagle used to have, it was glitched. The Deagle bullets would like never hit their target if you didn't reload the Deagle. So every round you had to reload it once, and there's just this glitch. And just when we figured it out, like whenever you buy a Deagle, take one shot going out of spawn, reload, you're good to go. But like when we switched to CSGO and the glitch obviously isn't there, like all the old school 1.6 players were still doing like the one shot reload. It's like the muscle memory just never leaves you. It's just always there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's so many things like that. I think we witness it quite a bit when you've been playing a lot of like FaZe, for example, and you're doing, you don't have knife damage, and you just start slashing people out of spawn, and then you get into an official game, you're watching these pro players like stab each other, and it's like, oh, well, you've been pugging a lot. Maybe that's what happened to the knife kill, or the knife slash when Jame was on the boost.
Yeah, that one was interesting.
That was weird. But the money's back here for Wildcard, so MHL is going to get the AWP out. Can have AKs around it. Gotta win this round, really, if you're Wildcard. Just try and disrupt this. Put an end to it straight away before it really gets going.
Well, let's find out. A little bit of a risk for ParaVision. It's only one defender at the B-bomb site to open up. That's Yellow going over there. Molotov down, smoke down as well to buy some time, because Noda's going to start shifting back towards CT spawn. And while the mid-smoke is still up, he's going to wait for Belshanock before they can kind of turn that corner and clear things out. Interesting risk with the flashbang. Belshanock jumps to the other side, now got a crossfire setup. Molotov to stall out the smoke. And James still has a strong position on short, so Wildcard gained control and map control of middle and Xbox, but have yet to do anything with it. That smoke and CT spawn is going to fade shortly. And a great position for Zoe out towards long at the double doors inside cave. So when he turns, he'll have a very fast flank. And ParaVision vacates the B-bomb site. They want to handle the mid portion of the attack. Peeping gets the first kill, but still two defenders lined up along the wall.
Yeah, two smokes now raining into the B-bomb site. One lurk smoke, one door smoke, and two players nearly line up. Belchanock getting traded. Sway in mid, important frag here on Nemanja, who was trying to get back to join his teammates, but three players from Wildcard have made their way into the B-bomb site, so it must be a retake for ParaVision.
Yeah, importantly, bomb not even planted yet, and actually he gets off it. He thinks they're going to try and retake with that flashbang, so all of ParaVision is here.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot of utility. Not a single flash left here, so they're going to try and be a little clever about this and get Jame on the boost, but he ain't seeing anything. Which is information in of itself. He's got the angle now to try and punish, but Hex just peeks out. I mean, that's perfectly played by Wildcard in the post plant.
Yep.
And that'll be the retreat from Zwei.
That's a nasty 1-2 punch. Zwei might come back.
No.
Okay, he's going to go for exits. I was like, does he... Yeah, I thought he maybe considered that he faked them out with the runaway.
I mean, they're aware that he could be in the low tunnels.
Yeah, I think damage is the name of the game for him. Just grab 1 kill. Maybe even the AWP after the bomb blows it.
That was
but
a chance.
Yeah, everyone kind of evacuates and no chance to retain anything. No chance for kills, no chance for the AWP on top of the boxes. 7-9, but plenty of money in the bank to be able to drop an AWP over to James. So they haven't lost out on that resource yet.
Good catch on the observing team, spotting that AWP blast against the boxes towards CT. All right, well, it's not going to be just that smooth sailing comeback for ParaVision. Wildcard disrupted immediately as soon as the guns get back in their hands. AWP pickup, and it's going to be Jame again wielding that, as you mentioned. Even if they lose it, they've got the money for it again. MHL, he's taking his first spin out long. He's going to burn, and he'll fall back. Running smoke out towards the hinge. Pop. Oh, missed.
Oh, still Plume?
And we're good. It goes tall enough.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a grower, that one. And happy about it. Jane looking to break open the smoke in the doors.
Oh,
That's a great one on Nemanja.
Yeah, I found him. Clipped him in the shoulder. 5-on-4 provided by Jame. Okay, that's a bad time for that smoke. Oh, Zwei caught off guard by the timing, but still wins it out. AK comes out in time. And a clean headshot. And now it's a 3-on-5.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if you're ParaVision, you're going to lose the last round. You want to start the next one like this. MHL also half HP. Yeah, you shouldn't really let this one go. If you do, there's something going terribly wrong for ParaVision.
Well, bombs dropped all the way out. So, okay, well, Zwei just clearing corners, gets picked off by the AWP. So now it gets interesting. MHL doesn't want to go long solo with the bomb just in case.
Yeah, it is actually a couple of opening opportunities. 30 seconds, that's the problem here for Wildcard.
What's baffling is that that kill happens in the long cave, and Zello and Noda didn't even look that direction.
No, they just have no
Care in the world.
thought in the world that they could push long and really take that avenue of approach. So, Nota out from sight. It's going to be Hex 2 is the issue. And it's also neutralized, along with everyone in Wildcard, really. You're at 12 HP, you're 6 HP.
Yeah, you can't do this. Trying to back away. Try to get away safely if you possibly can. Molotov rains in, but they're already gone. So it should be... Oh, actually, is it a hunt? It is a hunt. That's one shaved off, but they're still coming. Belshinok up next. MHL just gets around the corner and hides inside the smoke, and ParaVision call it off. They say we don't...
hunted that, though.
They could have...
for it.
Yeah, but there's a couple players low, right? Yellow at 550. I think they're kind of playing this half as if they don't ever want to be reset.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you want to always have a buy if you're ParaVision, especially... I'd say your confidence isn't at an all-time high right now if you're ParaVision.
Yeah, probably.
Getting banged out at the start of Dust2, losing Mirage.
Well, their confidence doesn't seem too shaken. They've actually gotten better ever since they got smoked in the first half. You kind of mentioned it. Like, they had that moment where it felt like they could take control. I mean, if you go... Like, they started out 7-0. It was 8-1 at one point. But 8-1, it's just completely reversed. 7-1 now. So they've just done it right back in return to catch up on the scoreboard. So yeah, maybe some dark moments in the first half where things felt flat, things felt quiet, and things felt like players weren't performing. But now during this stretch, I think ParaVision's going to be loving it. And as long as they can latch onto this and keep it up without any devastating losses, don't lose any eco rounds, don't lose some silly 1v3, I think that confidence can stick around for the rest of the map. Look at the pacing up short, though. No one from ParaVision realizes this. Jame has just gotten back towards Car with the AWP. Perfect timing.
Jame is going to have no issue in striking straight through peeping. Hex also a victim within the first couple of seconds of this round. Wildcard trying to accelerate, change the pace, and head towards his A bomb site. But ParaVision are ready for it. Nemanja blinded. Jame is going to spot him. Can't connect a shot, but manages to get away at least. But that bomb plant is coming through.
There's safety. There's safety for Jame. There's safety for the players over at Long. Going to be really hard for Wildcard to do anything about this. And look at how harassed they are. So much gunfire through the smoke. Nades breaking it open. Wreck is brought down low. ParaVision back away for the moment to set this back up. 3 from Long, 2 from CT spawn.
Oh, Jame. Manya going to be wrecked. And now MHL as well. And that will end up being the recovery that ParaVision were always set to get.
9-9. We are tied. And ParaVision...
Pretty quickly, it feels like.
Yeah, well, we've kind of been waiting for that moment where it feels like ParaVision changes the feeling of this game.
Didn't feel like it was coming for a long time there. Started to lose faith in it.
I think this might have been the round that actually does it. Let's see what Wildcard bring to the table. Full losing bonus and the bomb plant, so AK-47 on MHL, $3,900 on peeping he has yet to spend. So they are gonna step into this round. Rifles sold back, full-blown half-buy, Tech 9s in armor with utility. It's a safer call, I think, making sure that you have enough for a full buy in the next round to get started again. Full buy here would have been you battling against ParaVision and your economy for the next few rounds, so they decided to take one less fight. Nemanya's able to clear out Catwalk, able to mention nobody home, nobody aggressive, nobody peeking for information. Pressure again on Belshunok and Jello. The two lowest frag totals on the ParaVision side. And now they've got to worry about middle as well.
Bursting through here, count about Wildcard trying to get into the site. Weaker weapons, but strength in numbers. Rek and Hex, Tech 9s have carved up the B-bomb site defense. And you can't kill for this. So that's the round win. And 10-9, perfect moment to sprinkle one of these round victories in for Wildcard.
Yeah, man, that kill in middle and CT spawn on top of the boxes over the smoke is just, that one hurts. You could see all ParaVision defenders, Jello and Belshunok, just kind of turn, try and dump utility to delay that portion of the attack. They don't really have numbers. They just know at least one. And those Tech 9s bursting through the smoke is just so tough to deal with when your attention is divided. So Wildcard right back up at 10. That whole philosophy of maybe ParaVision taking control of the game in that previous round, it goes by the wayside. As Wildcard continue to fight back and reverse their fortunes. And with the half-buy, without investing everything, their money's going to be awesome now. 5,800 on an MHL, 5,800 on peeping. They got rich real quick by winning that half-buy. So ParaVision reinvest. Their economy is just fine for the moment, but going to start chunking into it with these reinvestments. Round 20 set to begin.
I mean, I just love seeing the attitude of Wildcard, that they're just not rolling over it. So much more competitive today than I think many people were anticipating. Jello moving into the lower tunnels. Good position to have so far. Continuing to move up. Peeping alongside Hexton here. MHL is going to join them, but this could be the most disruptive play of the round. Hex needs to win the fight, and he's got it! A ding comes in. Can Belchunok get away? Yes, he can. Just around the corner. They're hunting him down. Peeping, running through the flames, hunting that kill, that trade, and that's the B-bomb site open.
Yeah, they still haven't caught onto it yet. When that contact happens, Wildcard is going to press the issue at all times. They want to go fast. Oh, that was the missed opportunity. Noda has to hunt that down, being highly aggressive. Oh, can that do it? Oh, it doesn't quite get around the corner. Held off by a Molotov as well, and I think because of the flames, James calls for the save.
This is crazy. Wildcard pushing it up to 11. Okay, it's going to fall back now. And this is, I mean, if that nade lands, if you get that kill on the player retreating back to the low upper tunnels, maybe consider it. A lot of what ifs there for ParaVision. Yes. But in the end, it's Wildcard again, that B-bomb site. I love the idea that Peeping is not having an amazing map, right? Like, he's not like having the most impact, the greatest kills, but that kill, like the fact that you hunt that kill down.
Yeah, it's because by the sense of like the timing that he gets when he sees him jump around the corner, he's like, I'll run through this Molotov because I'm not running through it not knowing what the fight is. You know, there's only like 2 places he can be that I have to worry about when I get through the Molotov. It's going to be on those boxes or it's going to be car. So, I mean, he's just ready for that fight. And I think Belshunok probably would have won it, but he misses the second jump onto the top of the boxes, and then it makes him awkward for the fight.
I mean, also really important fight won by Hext. So
Yeah, over the tunnels.
takes a dink on board, but really, that was massive. Okay, Wildcard standing up at just the right time. And why not just keep going B? Well, maybe Jane
Well, because
will
Jane
tell you
isn't
why.
off.
maybe Jane will tell you why. Just 99 damage as well there to MHL, so the collateral comes in. And that will force you to reconsider.
Well, James just got done playing 10,000 rounds in Mirage, where they just rinse and repeat at the A bomb site because it was working. So he's like, all right, well, if you're going to try and abuse the B bomb site, let me just bring this AWP over here. And look, it's a great tool to use. Bring the AWP over for a round, make them nervous about taking those fights and those angles in the future.
Looking to respawn Wildcard. You realize the B bomb site's closed. Trying to open up A instead. Put pressure on Sway. That's the bomb at the back of the pack, so you have to go back and collect that. And that's the big issue here for Wildcard, because the other players are so committed either to the side or they're too far away in the form of MHL. But that kill comes through from Hex.
Ooh.
The grenade is landed, so Sway's down. It's a 4v3, but Shello's now arriving on the rotation. Hex falls from the long player, and MHL's on 1 HP thanks to that collateral damage that Jane was able to dish out at the beginning of the round. So up to 10 now for ParaVision, double figures reached.
Yeah, we'll get an extended save for about 35 seconds as well, because no chance MHL is even going to try and go for this.
Hate to say it, but we might be getting to that territory where we might get another overtime, Jason. Feels like it's a possibility.
Why have you done that?
Because I want another beer.
That's fair. Yeah, bring it on, overtime. Let's go.
Let's go third map as well, why not?
Well, Wildcard did struggle on Mirage to close it out, obviously. They had, what, 7 chances in the various overtimes to actually get the win? If they can creep it up to 12, we'll see if they've learned their lessons from the previous map. Problem for them, they're not necessarily a problem, but the situation they're in right now is, yeah, timeout makes a lot of sense. Third and final. This is a very important round. It's a very important buy. After they invest in this round, they're gonna be pretty depleted on cash. So you have to be really, really careful. I mean, this round loses. ParaVision's at, I mean, they're gonna be able to kind of creep up towards 12, or they'll have a great chance at it against a lower buy, a weaker buy. So a conversation in Wildcard to figure out how they want to handle this and get everyone prepared for an all-important round 22.
Wildcard in pursuit of map point. Quick long take. Gonna be blocked by fire. This is actually gonna go through it. I love that. That's why communicating rapidly. You can see peeping, only getting the one, but it's an important one kill.
I like this from ParaVision. They have all the information now as well. They pretty much know what's happening on the map. Oh, the swing inside the flames. Flashbang as well. Another one to try and delay this, but look how little Nemanja cares about all of that. Just blindly firing as he's running forward. That nade could clean him up, but he's tucked behind the box.
Belch not keeping his head down. It goes on up. Nemanja removed, an advantage now picked up off the back of those 2 kills from ParaVision. MHL and Rec no closer to the site. Belchnok has collected another one. He mentioned his quieter game. Well, he's starting to deliver impact now. Rec in sight, dead at the hand of Shello. And we do have ParaVision collecting yet another round. And all things are tied up.
Yeah, and then there's some decisions now. The money's not as nearly as depleted as I expected it would be for Wildcard. MHL had 4,800, Hex has 4,400. They could buy some hero weapons if they actually they could go all in if they want to, I guess I should say. Awesome. I actually kind of like, I'm not going to go through the X's and O's of the buy of whether it's great or not, but I love seeing the attitude out of Wildcard to just say, screw it. We don't want to play for overtime. We already did that 5 overtimes on the previous map. We want to go for the win right here, right now. Fully invested. They want to give themselves a shot at regulation win. Big risk.
That's the nade heading into the lower tunnels. Hex and MHL dodging the brunt of it. In fact, 2 HP is all they take.
Middle of the map controlled and Wildcard playing that pack mentality. Hex just making sure that their flank is safe from the upper tunnels. 3 players heading up short now. A little bit of smoke, a little bit of utility, simulating and execute onto this A bomb site. They're going to commit to it as well.
So keeping his head down, trying to cross into the site. Smoke goes up. Oh, Nemanja straight away, removing his way. And they've broken into the site, so PVISION pressure's on you. Otherwise, Wildcard head up to map point first. A 4v5 retake of this A bomb site.
They're going for it all day of the week, though. They got plenty of cash, so they're going to come for this.
And they've got some utility left over as well. Creeping silently, they love to play contact to this point, and then they explode. Then they move in on the retake, so numbers no longer favor Wildcard. Time, though, certainly does. You've got to get a move on, and the kills are there from Noto and Shello at the right time. It's hexed all the way down in CT spawn, and PVISION make their way into the retake. They will grab map and series point, and that last spot in the playoffs looking like it's going to go the way of PVISION.
Oh, that is a lovely retake. Such incredible shooting. And you could tell Wildcard thought they would have a little bit more time. They didn't think it would be that clean. That long rotation back to CT spawn meant to kind of dissuade and disorganize that retake as it's beginning is just seconds off the mark because there's no resistance. Clean shooting. PVISION 12-11. Final round. They get one chance to avoid overtimes.
It's been a great matchup here for Wildcard. Incredible first map on Mirage. Individual performance from Rec hasn't continued here into Dust2, but they've remained competitive versus PVISION. Just looking like it's going to be too much to handle. Not ready for that next progression here, Wildcard. It will be PVISION, who have been touted as favorites for this event, who have required every single day of the group stages. Every match required for PVISION. Every round, it feels like. But finally, they will be entering the playoffs. 3 kills away from doing so.
Impressive look from Wildcard here, though, in this series, in their elimination. I mean, to come into this series where we had no expectations they'd be able to overcome this, and still obviously a chance they can take overtime, but then awesome to see what Wildcard can do. We haven't been able to see a lot of them at this level throughout the year. They've certainly put PVISION to the test here.
Jane, good shot. Now just Rec and Hex stand in their way from the playoffs, and PVISION a long and labored group stage. What? Okay. A little bit of luck going Hex's way there.
Spray control off the charts.
Yeah, he's managed that one. But a long and labored group stage. It looks like it's finally going to come to a close here for PVISION. And they will move into the playoffs. They get the result they've been looking for. Maybe not as easy as they would have liked, but PVISION will feature in the playoffs, called the favorites for the event. Well, they're not playing like it, and everyone's got to feel like that trophy is ripe for the taking.
That's twice now I've seen Dust2 giving Nota a mouthful after the map. We'll get into that in a little bit. But there it is. PVISION, they make it through to the playoffs here at PGL Bucharest. And